Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Chopshop Network, and Thornwood Dungeons and Dragons. This is session 4. It's technically session 5, but one of our sessions didn't count because it just took place in Slippy Toad's dream. Anyway, I am Charlie Chopshop. I'm your dungeon master, and of course, I'm joined by the wonderful cast of Thornwood. We have Collin as Slippy Toad, Slippersilla Toadoronimus. We have Knucklebone Jones playing Spitz. We have Pleasant Finn playing Nyx, and we got our buddy Sar playing Igram, the Mouse Wizard. How you all doing?
We are doing excellent.
Good to have you back for another episode. I did remember to unmute you this time, and
don't fucking answer for me. I'm awful. So.
I'm sorry.
Delayed response. Fuck all of y'all.
We just need a camera on that guy's mouse to see all the different colors light up as we talk.
Yep.
Yes.
So hold on one second because I'm having a little issue on the stream where I can't see y'all's names. I don't know why. Why are you doing that? There we go.
Make sure they're on the right portraits.
Yeah, that's what I want to do that as well. There's two things I got to do right here. Hold
yeah,
on.
I definitely don't want people to see that my Roll20 avatar is Dark Magician. Fuck! I just told them.
Yep.
Oh no.
Now everyone knows. All right, let's see. Can I? Thornwood Discord. Quite indubitably. Ah, there we go. What is going on? This is just there we go. Just got to click and drag it to the right size. That's all. So there's my name in the right place. Let's just make sure. Yeah, so the names are definitely never in the right place twice.
Yeah.
For some reason. Let's see, who do we got here?
We have Rhythm Bot in it. Probably jacked everything up too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, let me kick Rhythmbot out. Also, Knucklebone, you need to change your name to your character name still.
Nah, all of ours are changed, dude. I'm looking on it.
Oh, not in mine. Maybe I need to... Knucklebone, can you leave the voice chat and pop back in? That did the trick. There we go. So Slippy's name is right now on the stream. Spitz's name is right. Igram's name is right. Nyx's name is right on this page.
You get the squirrels' names under the right squirrels, right?
Yes. We're good on all fronts. Congratulations to us.
I'm so proud.
Thank you, viewers. We got Falstries in the house. We got Vanispheres in the house. We got the Great Hail in the house. Thank you for hanging, my friends. This is another episode of Thornwood. Let's talk about what happened last time, friends, before we go over our goals, beliefs, and traits. Shall we? Shall we?
Oh man, last time was a shit show.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah, wasn't it?
It was action-packed. So my notes are kind of sparse, so you will have to help me a bit and remind me of everything that happened. I'm becoming like an old chummy British fellow.
David Attenborough.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I love it. Keep it like that.
And here we see the squirrels of Thornwood.
The Emperor Penguin is quite lonely this time of year. So, I don't know why
Don't disrespect my glam rock ski suit like that.
I don't know why that's the sentence that popped into my head. All right, so scene 1 of session 3 last session was breaking camp. You learnt of Daisy's past. She told you she was with a group. She didn't really name the group. She's not really trying to hide information, so we'll say in passing. I don't think I mentioned this last time, but she would have mentioned to you that the group of researchers she was with that was heading to Mandor to research all of these kind of artifacts and things there and the ruins there was from the Briar Point Academy, a university mostly frog run in the Briar Creek area, which is where like the lake where the frog kind of kingdom exists. So at the Briar Point Academy, Daisy was a part of the Department of Ancient History, and her fellows were on their way for this kind of archaeological mission with the Longhop Company. They hired the Longhop Company to take them, is what she told you, and that's when they were stopped, in her recollection, by a Redtail Coalition guard and a few of them, and they basically kind of just outright murdered the Long Hop caravan. And they said something damning. What was it? What was the piece of evidence that... I didn't write it down. They mentioned something. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that there was a toll that the Long Hop didn't pay, and then they fought, and a Redtail maybe died, but a bunch of Long Hop people definitely died.
Yeah, but they said something too about the cure, right? Because the Long Hop Company is carrying this cure. That the cargo wasn't getting...
Check roll 20, chat.
Yeah, Igram just said it. The cargo wasn't getting past them or getting delivered.
Yeah.
They didn't say specifically what the cargo was, but you all know that they were carrying a cure for the black spore, which has been infecting many old folk and children, especially in the northern kind of Thornwood area, like where the Abbey is and the like. And that's your quest, really, was to retrieve this medicine and make sure the Long Hop Company's okay. So you have learned their fate now. And Daisy's the only survivor from her recollection. She said that there's a very slight chance that the leader of the caravan, Gilbert Longhop, may have survived. He was the only one alive when she ran out, and he was in dire straits. Anyway, you continued on from your camping spot in the flower field, and spent your last kind of the next entire day traveling to Riverford, where the Winthrop Otters live and rule, and you had their stolen daughter Molly, as well as a few of the bandits that had captured Molly in tow. You made it back. You returned Molly. They took these weasel bandits into custody, and the Winthrop Otters, Hogue and Zig, rewarded you handsomely, as I recall, with some gold. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
How much gold did they reward you with?
I wrote it down.
Just enough to buy the...
Oh yeah, the beetles. We traded all of our gold immediately for 4 beetles.
Yes, we did.
Our priorities are very in line.
Well, we got to get the fuck out of there because the Redtail Coalition was trying to snag up on our girl Daisy.
Yeah, so let's see. Zig is Molly's dad, and he was extremely happy, and Hogue, the one that had sent you, paid you, of course, a nice fat reward. And so, yeah, you bought some mounts, some kind of slower beetles, dung beetles, as I recall, or some such, to travel on. And yeah, so scene 3 was confrontation on the waterfront. I don't remember exactly what was happening, but it's some sort of food stand near the docks or some such. You saw a few Redtail Coalition guards kind of chilling, and some of you, but not all of you, went to approach them. Who was it that went and approached those guards?
It was Igram and I.
Yep.
Igram and Slip approached.
And I flexed my holy symbol at them and tried to pull some priestly knowledge out of them, but they weren't having it.
That's right. And how did that end? I can't remember.
Badly.
Yeah, I mean, we got away, but we had to Igram had to make a distraction by saying that they caught Rafford.
That's right, and you kind of brought a crowd fleeing in and disappeared into a crowd. So they were gonna arrest you, right?
Yeah. Or at least, at the very least, search all our shit stuff.
Okay. Scene 4 was confrontation at the roadblock. So meanwhile, so in scene 2, returning Molly, after you returned Molly and you spent some time resting, just as long as you could before you headed back out, you noticed that Redtail Coalition members had just kind of been infiltrating the town. And from what you had been overhearing, they were all looking for Daisy, your new friend. And you were kind of trying to hide her and get out of town. They were kind of waiting for you guys to return, as I recall, with the beetles. Is that right? I don't know why.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, well, us in the street. So they walked off to go take care of the beetles. But they also, God, I want to say we also didn't know what they were doing. Like they just like walked off, and we weren't 100% sure exactly what was taking so long.
Igrum walked up to the party and asked if I would go for a short walk with him.
Yeah, see, that's what it was. I was like, I knew I had more to do than just the beetles.
With Daisy, because I wanted to know if she knew if she recognized those Red Tail Coalition. I wanted to stay out of sight.
That's right. You took her.
Ran away.
You took her over to them. That's why they got onto you, because they almost saw Daisy as you brought her over there. She ran. The other two were waiting in the road near the entrance to town towards Riverford. We know where the big road goes. And you noticed that the Red Tail Coalition had started setting up a roadblock there. And I believe you had to narrowly avoid some guards that were questioning you.
I totally forgot until right now that we killed some people.
Yeah, and
we didn't kill people,
did we? You abandoned them in the forest.
Didn't kill them.
We'll get to that in a second. So you guys narrowly escaped some guards that were questioning you, and Igrum and Slip showed up just in time for Igrum to sleep the guards and you to get away. Isn't that right?
Yep.
And then you escaped. So the crowd at the roadblock was so big because everyone thought Rafford had been killed that you were able to slip past and into the woods beyond, but not completely unnoticed. A few of the Red Tail guards had slipped into the woods behind you and began following you, if you recall. And kind of were on your tail for a long way, and you led them into the forest a ways. And how did this pan out? I can't even remember.
Okay. So this had a plan.
Oh yeah. Oh baby. So
this plan wasn't awful, was it? I think it was pretty alright. It just went bad.
Yeah, it went south because he saw through the deception.
Yeah, but then we ambushed them.
What was Spitz's plan?
Okay, so we were riding on our beetles, and they were chasing us on some centipedes. And I was like, they're going to catch up. You guys need to turn that corner and duck into the woods. And so Spitz put on his guard, his red
scarf.
guard. The scarf. He put on the scarf.
That's right. He had a Red Tail Coalition scarf he put on, yeah. And you went back and you started talking to the guards that had been trailing you.
Yeah, I started talking to them like, have you guys seen the mouse? I'm looking for the mouse. Did you check the other exits? And they were like, are you sure you're looking for the mouse? And I was like, yes. And they saw through the deception. And I was like, let's get up.
Plan C, fellas. Take them out.
Plan C.
And everybody...
Yeah, it's all good, because then my homie Nix came in solid with that arrow.
Oh, yes.
Yes, so then everyone jumped in and a battle ensued.
Oh, yeah. They did try to arrest me. That didn't go good.
All right.
Oh, yeah, and then we left them handcuffed to a tree.
Yeah, so you left them tied up in the woods, incapacitated.
And I robbed them.
Did you speak with them at all? I have something here about Captain Erditch. I think they mentioned that Captain Erditch was the one that had ordered this blockade and the search and seizure for Daisy.
Yeah, we interrogated him a little bit.
Yeah. And remind me, Spitz, from your time in the Red Tail, did you know Captain Erditch? You'd heard of him, yeah?
Yeah, I'd have heard of him. I'd never met him, but I knew that he was crooked.
That's right. All right. And that's where we left off. You left them tied up in the woods and you headed off towards the cage? Was that the plan?
Yeah, I think.
Well, you had escaped the roadblock. We kind of pick up with you just inside kind of the woods, you know.
Oh, we did make camp.
And you broke camp for the evening.
In the world's shittiest camping spot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yep.
So you made camp in a very barren camping site. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. And so before we start, let's talk about your goals really quick. Let me just check something here. Okay. So I made some nice macros for us since last time as well. We have this little player menu now, which is really nice. It shows you all those things on there are links.
Ooh, baby.
So if you click languages, it opens the language handout. Let me know if those links work for you.
See what you're speaking about.
In the chat, did it drop the... It says rules. It really shouldn't say rules at the top.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, let me change the header of it for you. But yeah, I built some nice little macros like that. Let me click some of the links to make sure they're opening the handouts okay for you.
So far, everything's working fine.
Cool. And I built some for myself as well that will speed things up hopefully a bit. So first things first, let's go over your goals and your beliefs and all that other good stuff. First, your goals. So goals are the ones you change every time you're going to write a new goal right now. Here's the little handout that describes goals. At the beginning of each session, write a goal for your character. A goal is some action or deed you want to accomplish in that session. A goal must be something appropriate to your missions and duties as a guard mouse, and a goal must be something you can reasonably accomplish in this session. You might not get there, but you can. But it's got to be possible for you to try, or it's got to be possible if you try, rather. So when writing your goals, first, if you scroll down a little bit, it's got step-by-step instructions. Include one of the following imperative phrases: I will not, I must not. And then it also has an action word similar to these. It doesn't have to be these. Find, stop, deliver, return, rebuild, demonstrate, protect, or feed. And then it also has a target that consists of a person or people, a place, or an object. And of course, you can always add a dire stipulation as well. You don't have to. It's not always good to do that. Step 4. So yeah, take a second, write your goal, change it on the backdrop here where your little goals blurb is. So this is interesting because this is the first time where it's kind of open. You haven't discussed exactly what you're gonna do next. You were gonna go to the cage, and Daisy wanted you to go to the cage quickly. But now that this has happened, you have not had time to talk and reformulate your plan. You were just scrambling. So this is interesting because you all get to kind of write a goal, and then your goals might be at odds with one another. You can also talk about what your goals are now, so they don't have to be at odds. It can be interesting to roleplay, though, your goals being at odds. But they don't have to be. You're better off working together at this point, trying to get XP and stuff. Ooh, I see slips, and that's a good one. Yeah, and think about the situation at hand. Try and tie your goal into some of the story threads that have gone on so far. So there's the stuff going on with Captain Erditch. There's the cage. There's the long hop caravan. Zig and Hogue seemed to be pretty open and friendly to this kind of inquisition that was happening.
What I started doing is like writing down an idea for a goal at the end of the last session that we played.
That's a good idea.
That way, I know, in the moment, what I'm feeling.
Yeah, that's a really good goal. Damn.
And your goal can be similar to another character's if you think that's what your character would want. It's okay to have kind of the same.
Collin, how much are you charging to write people's goals for them?
I don't know about all that.
So let me know when your goals are finished.
How do you spell Erditch's name?
E-R Ditch.
I had it with an I, and so I'm an idiot.
What?
Yeah, don't forget you all have journal places in your...
I pretty much only use the journal feature within Roll20 to save all my trinkets and shit that I have.
That's fine too. If that's what you want to use it for. You don't have to write your game notes in there.
I got a notebook.
Yeah, I prefer handwriting them as well. All right. How we doing?
I'm good, baby.
Also, yeah, your belief is a great guiding force for what you think your character's goal would be. And I see, Nix, you've done a great job of kind of using your belief in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of beliefs, I feel like Spitz's beliefs might be starting to change.
Excellent. That's beautiful. So maybe in 3 or 4 sessions, especially based on the goal I see that you've chosen, you definitely can reform your goal. And I was going to tell you now as well, before we go over your goals, just take a minute to reflect on your belief. Think about how it might change in the future, or even if you want to amend it slightly now, you can. what's really cool about good beliefs and goals too is they will evolve rather than just flat out change. Sometimes they'll flat out change, maybe from kind of mini campaign to mini campaign, but you don't have to rewrite your belief. But if you want to change it anyway, you can. But for now, let's go around and talk about your goals real quick, and your traits and your beliefs. We'll get it all out of the way at once. Let's start with Slip. What's your belief is still the Redtail Coalition does good deeds, but is misguided in their blind trust of the Great Owl.
Yep.
I like that. And what's your new goal?
My new goal is that I must find out the true fate of Gilbert Longhop.
All right. I love it. Gilbert Longhop being the merchant caravan leader that was carrying the medicine for Black Spore, which is what really the Abbey has sent the quest that the Abbey sent you specifically, Slip, on. So you're sticking faithful to your mission in that regard. All right, let's go to Nyx. Nyx would. Oh, and sorry, Slip. Your trait. You're an introvert.
Level 1, baby.
And that's because you have spent many years as a sage inside the Abbey, studying and reading and being devout and the like.
Correct.
Beautiful. Nyx, what is your belief, goal, and trait?
Also, many seasons. That's right. I'm only like 2 years old.
Yeah.
My belief is the Redtail Council is hiding a secret and I want to uncover it. My goal is I will learn the motives of Erdich and motivate my party to make him our target.
I love the goal.
And then my trait is bold, level 1.
Very good. He's a bold squirrel, bold ex-coalition member, correct?
Yeah, I was raised at the Elder Tree. I grew up at the Elder Tree.
That's right, and left to become your own bounty hunter. Badass. All right, Igram, your belief, goal, and a trait?
Magic isn't evil. I will prove its worth.
That's right.
My goal needs some work, but I must uncover the power that surges through the cage.
I like that. Maybe use a different word instead of uncover. That might be next session or future session kind of thing. But I must
study.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I must investigate. Okay. Even investigate would be a good one.
Okay, that works.
I like that. That's a good one. Vinny's art. Welcome, hello, friend, to Thornwood.
And then my trait is inquisitive, level 1.
That's right. We have an inquisitive wizard mouse. All right. And I like that because you can also use your trait as a great guiding force for your goal, which is what you have done. Mm-hmm. I just love the beliefs, goals, and trait system, everyone. I just want to say it just makes me so happy that we do this at the beginning and end of every game. Spitz.
All right. So Spitz's belief is that the Redtail Coalition is very important to him, and he wishes to uphold their good name even if he is no longer a ranger. I feel like despite recent actions, that's still true. He still is really attached to the Coalition and wants to make them seem good in the eyes of the other citizens of the forest.
For sure. So you need to uncover the truth about what happened at the blockade? Sorry, go ahead. And the last part is what I really like.
Because, like, he's dedicated to the Coalition, but, like, from what Molly's told him and from what the Coalition's told him, there's some stories that aren't aligning, and he needs to find out who's telling the truth.
Excellent.
And who's stretching it.
And sorry, read the whole goal out to me again. I interjected. Go ahead.
I need to uncover the truth about what happened at the blockade, who is to blame, and who I can trust.
All right. Doesn't sit well at all that they're searching for this girl, and Daisy's story as well is hard to swallow.
Medicine from orphans.
So it makes sense that you would want to get to the bottom of it as a loyal Redtail. And your trait, of course, is rabid, which
level 1.
I love because you're a barbarian. So that's our characters, our beliefs, goals, and traits are set. Everybody feel good with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so let's pick up with you camping. Who had found this terrible campsite that we zoomed?
That was Spitz.
Oh, Spitz. Spitz did a terrible job of finding you a campsite just as kind of a thunderstorm broke out into the night. Rain came pouring down, and your poorly ill-covered, rocky, stone-laden kind of hillside that you're sleeping on. And it's just kind of at the edge of the tree line, where the trees kind of get sparse, at the northern edge of the Southwood. And yeah, rain beats down on you all night, and you all will probably want to take watches, I'm guessing.
Yes, we are on the run from the law.
So, we already had someone camouflage camp. That was you, Spitz. And did we do the cooking roll as well, or was that from last time you camped?
No, we did do the cooking.
Yeah,
It was
that's what I
just
thought.
camp.
And you got it, right? You succeeded?
Yeah, correct.
Which is very rare with the camp meal, which is very tough to cook out of rations. So you cooked everyone a wonderful camp meal. I think you all get like a +1 to attack or something?
+1 to saving throws.
Oh, nice. Okay, so make sure you have your global saving throw modifier turned on in your character sheet. And who's first watch and who's second watch is my question. We already did camouflage and camp. Now you can repeat jobs except for the cooking.
I'll do second watch.
So you cook,
I will
so you
do
can't.
first
I guess the cook could take second watch. That makes sense. All right, so Spitz, why don't you go ahead and roll a perception for your watch as you sit out the rainstorm beneath some leaves and kind of bristly pine needles. Okay, and oh, Igram.
My bad.
That's all right. You got a 10-10. Perfect.
That was the wrong thing for the roll. Even I was just messing with the camp meal, and all of a sudden I hit it.
Well, it's working. That's good. Good to see. So who was second? Slip, you were going to go second. Roll a perception check for me for your second watch. As you tag out, Spitz and take the large red squirrel's place, your little green frog. He huddles beneath the same leaves and pine needles and watches out into the forest. So you got an 8. Let's see here. Ooh. So Slip. Just as the rain begins to fade out, maybe it's ended in 45 minutes ago. It's late in the night. The sun should be coming up in an hour or two. It gets very quiet in the forest. You only hear the dripping of the rain through the pine needles above you and off the rocks in the hillside, that stretches out down below you. You're alone, maybe 50 feet out from the camp, and you start hearing a fluttering, you think, possibly, in a tree. And before you even get a chance to react, you just hear a whoop from behind you as a black shape swoops down from behind, its talons sinking into your shoulder. And as it swoops past you see that it's a massive bat. And not only that, it's in a flock of bats. It's maybe 4 times your size, trying to scoop you up. It almost lifted you off the ground.
Okay.
What?
Do I take damage from that?
Yes, it will roll an attack right now. What do you do?
Well, first off, I'm gonna scream, "Bats! Bats!" Take all my homies.
All right, cool. So with that, we will... Your poor camouflage didn't work out well for you. They easily found you. So we'll jump into a quick encounter. Let's move you to a map. This one we can erase.
I'm a fan of the wet erase marker stains on this virtual battle map.
You like that?
Yeah, that's the good detail. That's the good verisimilitude.
Let's see here. So I'll make some spiky looking trees.
Oh yeah, it looks like someone set a drink down on it at some point or something.
Yeah, I love it.
Looks like I've washed it one too many times. Left the markers on for a few weeks after the game. Because I always do that shit. I'm like, I'm gonna use this again. I want to erase it, and then I leave it on there for a month, and then it never ever comes off.
Yeah, I had a whiteboard that I used to use to write my grocery list on, and then one night I used it to make a supernatural drinking game, and then got drunk and didn't clean it off, and now it's just a supernatural drinking game forever.
It's really hard to see where I'm drawing. Oh, that one turned out okay.
You're just freehanding these bad boys?
Yeah, but it's like not show. Usually it shows me like where I'm drawing even, but I can't. Right now it's not. It's just like I'm blind until I let go of the mouse button. It's very hard to do.
I was wondering why everything had a sort of Squidbillies like vibe.
Charlie just watched a lot of Squidbillies.
Well, I did
like right before.
I did watch a lot of Squidbillies my entire life.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's your campfire. Your really bad campfire. This little red cone.
Okay, I thought it was a safety cone, but I got it.
Those don't. Stop! You're ruining my medieval fantasy. Those don't exist in this world.
Your medieval tiny animal.
I'm breaking the RP.
Animal fantasy.
We have safety pine cones.
So it descends into a bit of like a rocky hill just to the east of your campsite there. It's not like a cliff.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab my water real quick.
Okay. It's not like a cliff. It's like just a, a slope down, as you can see there. So yeah, you can go ahead and drag your token out to the map. Just click the name of your character sheet.
Okay.
And drag it to the map.
How much sleep are these bats making me lose?
Not too much. You'll probably still get
All
a
of it.
full rest in.
You're all the way awake.
I'm pissed. Can I roll advantage for being pissed off?
Did everybody drag?
No, I think you got to roll a disadvantage because you're tired.
Drag your character out, everybody.
This is like Skyrim. You get no well-rested bonus anymore.
Man, I wonder how long I've been muted and talking to you guys. You guys need to drag your tokens out to the field. Click.
Oh, I was wondering like when you were gonna tell us to do that.
Click your character name. Drag it out. There you go.
You said I'm kind of farther away in the trees, right?
Yeah, or I mean, I figured you were kind of more actually by the cliff edge a little bit. There might be a little.
Oh, that's a cliff.
Well, it's just a slope. So I said that so you didn't hear me. It's not a cliff per se. It's just like a rocky slope.
You cut out again.
It's just a rocky slope that descends to the east. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I put myself where I want to be.
I forgot my. I have a mute button set. All right. And also, everyone click your token and then roll initiative. There's an initiative button in the top left after you select your token.
Whoa, what? Oh, there it is. Jesus. As if I haven't done this before.
Oh yeah.
Oh baby.
They call me slip great rolls because of all the great rolls I do.
Okay, now I start rolling high. Hello?
Yeah, where was this last week when you needed that deception check?
All right, Spitz, you are surprised, unfortunately, because you're asleep.
Yeah.
So the one giant bat here is going to swoop past Slip. And Slip, as it flies away, you'll actually get an attack of opportunity. I'm going to say you'll be at disadvantage for being surprised, though. And he will attack you as well.
Fuck.
With a bite attack for 15. What's your armor class, Slip?
17, so I'm good.
All right. He scrapes at your shoulder and... Oh, but he does have advantage. You're surprised, buddy.
Ooh.
Ouch.
And
Yikes.
he rolled a crit. Oh, no, on his advantage. He does 5 piercing damage to you as his claw rakes into your shoulder from behind Slip. But you lash out with your warhammer, and even with disadvantage of being surprised, you still catch the bat as it like tries to kind of haphazardly, flap away. Roll damage on your warhammer.
Just click the warhammer.
Yep. Nice.
6 bludgeoning.
So you slam into it for 6 bludgeoning damage as it like flaps away up into the darkness. Oh, that's right. To make it a nighttime map, I have to
You're gonna put it in negative?
just tint the background dark purple. Did that change for you?
Hell yeah,
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
I'm talking about.
Did that increase your verisimilitude?
Yeah, thank
Oh,
you
yeah, I'm
thank you
feeling
for maintaining realism within the chat.
It is quite dark, but you do have a little fire going, so it does illuminate, some distance for you, the kind of range around you. Slip, you're like just at the edge of the campfire, essentially. But yeah, you hit the bat as it swoops away. With that, the rest of the flock starts swarming in on the others as they're sleeping. And when you're sleeping, I believe melee attacks are... Is it auto crits? Like you're incapacitated? I would think so.
Yeah, I would think so too. We're prone anyway.
So they have advantage, and if they hit, it's an auto crit, everyone. So one
I
on,
hope we don't die.
one on Spitz.
By some bats.
All right. So my AC is pretty high, I think.
14 is what it rolls
That
against you,
does not
Spitz.
hit.
All right. It swoops and just like barely claws at the logs and dirt like stacked up on either side of you. The second one, swoops in at Nyx for a 7 or a 20.
I don't even have to look at my armor class to tell you that it's not high enough for that.
And then the third one will swoop in down at Igrim, the little mouse, trying to actually, I'm going to say, take you away, Igrim, or like pick you up off the ground.
Yeah, that hits.
So instead of doing bite damage, I'm going to say it's a grapple because it would be the same roll for the bat. So it like scoops you up, Igrim, and swoops you up off the ground. And as you wake up, you're like enclosed in its little claws, like flying maybe 10 feet up off the ground. So we'll put you out here, Igrim. All right, so that's their surprise round. Let's roll the damage for Nyx real quick. So it did crit, so I get to double the dice. One more 1d6.
Oh no, God, I'm gonna die.
No, wait,
This
it
is
didn't. Oh yeah, it is an auto crit because you were incapacitated. Nope, it only does 7 damage to you. Not too bad. As it swoops past, and same thing. You will actually get a. It's gonna like continue flying past both Spitz and Nyx, so you both get a attack of opportunity as the bats like swoop in, claw at you, and swoop past. Now you are just waking up from sleep, so you'll be at disadvantage, and you're prone. So it's a desperate swing as the bats claw you and swoop past in the darkness.
Baby, okay. Wait, so did he like pick Igrim up and drop Igrim, or like,
No.
is he still holding?
You don't
Igrim?
see Igrim. You just hear him squeaking in the night. You don't even see him anymore. Like maybe with your dark vision, you can just barely make out his shape in the talons of the bat.
But he is holding Igrim, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Oh,
at
yeah.
least? Can I make that out?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, you can see that he's still in the talons of the bat, being carried away and squeaking. I'm assuming in fear.
Yep.
Your little mouse buddy's gonna be bat food.
No. It has to be the cutest animal of all of us.
His glasses are so big.
Why are you doing this?
This is what gets me off. Didn't you know that, Finn? I'm one sick fuck.
Hey, no shame here. No shame here.
All right. So, yeah. Attacks of opportunity is what I'm waiting for from Spitz and Nyx.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I can attack right now.
Yeah, but at disadvantage as it
Oh, I'm sorry.
swoops past you into the darkness. Only one attack.
I knew that. Come on. That's why I totally already attacked. Ooh, wait, I'm rolling disadvantage, aren't I?
Yep. So 9 plus.
So it's the second number.
You-
Fuck me.
Yeah, so you can turn off your black pudding. There's a little check mark under your attacks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
No, that's all right. So
I'm not trying to nerf the numbers. Let's see.
So you roll a 9, and the arrow just like sails off into the darkness and out of sight. Nix, that one's gone forever. I don't think you're gonna reclaim it.
Well, shit.
Spits, however, your maul connects as you like swing and roll. Or, with a 14, yeah, it does connect.
All right, let's see some deeps. 9 bludgeoning.
Nice.
For 9 bludgeoning damage, let me roll hit dice for these baddies. Oh my god, they all literally all but one rolled the average HP, and the one that rolled 1 point above average HP. What's the point of even rolling? So you smash into it for 9 damage as it swoops past in the night. It like squeaks and squawks. As you can see, you've definitely injured like its talon, and blood drips out of its like torso where you've smashed into it. It's bloodied.
How I miss with a fucking bow, and you nail one of these flying mongrels with an actual mace is just a huge.
Not even a
huge
mace,
indicator.
a fat hammer.
It's a
Yeah,
big
like it's
fat
a
hammer.
maul, a huge indicator of like who a good close quarters combat fighter is here.
All right, so Nix, it is still the surprise round, so you cannot act this round. Igram, you cannot act this. Oh, actually, you know what? Technically, you guys both y'all shouldn't be able to take attacks of opportunity either, because your turn hadn't passed in the surprise round order yet. I'll let it stand. I'm nice.
It's fine. I missed anyway. It doesn't matter.
You're getting beat up on. Slip your surprise, can't do anything. Spits, that's going to make it round 2. Actually, it's going to make it round 1 because the surprise round is over. Spits, it's your turn. You are shaken out of your sleep in surprise, barely land a blow on this giant bat swooping over. As you like wake up, it's just like almost completely dark around your dimly lit campfire.
Mm-hmm. So I just finished my watch. I'm trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden Slip starts yelling. Was it Slip or Nix that started yelling about bats?
Me.
It was Slippy.
All right, so Slip starts yelling about bats, and I'm like, my eyes open, bloodshot. Oh shit! Here we go again! And I jump up onto my feet, and I groggily swing my maul at this bat, and you know, your boy's tired.
So which one? They're all kind of up in the air right now. I would say that all of them are at least like 10 feet up at the moment. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was just
probably should've-
describing the swing I just did. As
Oh, the previous
AOP.
one. I got you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I stand up, and a familiar trail of white foam trickles down my mouth as I rage.
All right. I'll set a flight height of 10 for each of these.
Put that in the chat.
Oh no, can you see their tokens?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget about this glitch. I can't set a flight height for multiple tokens or it makes them turn invisible to me. That's all right.
All right. And then I will grab one of my javelins, and I will attempt to throw it at the one carrying Igram off.
All right. So what was the first thing you did? I missed it. You rage. Oh, perfect.
Yes, I rage. All right. So I will make that attack roll.
Alrighty, go for it as you whip your javelin in the air at the bat swooping past. White foam dripping. You didn't go reckless though, right?
Huh? What?
You didn't go reckless though.
No, I did not go reckless. Reckless is melees only.
The javelin sails into the darkness. You hear it clatter on some rocks.
All right. And I'm using half my movement to stand up, so I will use the rest of my movement to start chasing after.
All right.
And that will end my turn.
Oh god.
So
Igram.
yeah, Agram kind of like rubs his glasses a little bit, looks up, realizes he's no longer swaddled in the blanket that he was using to sleep in this amazing campsite that is one of his friends had found, and realizes he's being carried away into the wind.
You feel a very cold wind blowing through your mouse whiskers.
And go ahead.
It's actually the bat's turn, so...
Oh no.
As it swoops even higher into the night, you look down and you see that you are now probably... let's see what its movement is here. Oh, goodness, Igram. You're like 50 feet in the air.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, don't make any moves up there, Igram. You might roll a critical failure and break your fucking neck on the way down.
And that's when you feel its talons loosen, Igram, as it tries to drop you from 50 feet up. I will let you make a dexterity saving throw to try and clasp to its talon instead of falling. We'll say a DC 12. Nice. You clasp onto like its like talon and its back, like, you know, little claw. And it keeps trying to kick you off as it like flaps up and down. You know how bats they don't fly as smoothly as birds do in this like jagged flight path. It tries to shake you off of its foot, about, you know, fluctuating 40 to 50 feet in the air. It's very much trying to kick you off though. With that, the other bats begin swooping in for attack. First one, it spits. And then one at Nyx. Spits. It bites at you as it swoops past for 12. Nyx, the other one bites at you, swooping in. Ooh, for another critical hit. For six piercing damage. Again, the other one swoops around, like you hear its sonar squeaking, like clicking as it swoops down into you, Slip. This time you see it coming head on. It swoops down and bites at you as it kind of tries to float past.
Okay, and so it does glancing blow.
6 does not hit. Let me see here. I don't think. Yep. And that is their turn. They are all still in range except for the one carrying Igram.
Baby, I'm getting boned here. Jesus. How many hit points do I even have left? I only have like, what, 13 or something?
You had 13 total?
Yeah, right?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
no?
You need to be tracking your hit points as you take damage. You've taken damage, what, twice now?
Yeah, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, damn, I think I'm dead.
So every time, every
You're
single
at 1 point.
every single time you take damage, you need to click your token, and then in the green bubble, click the green bubble. Then type minus and then the number and then hit enter and it'll automatically do the math for you in the green bubble.
Shit. So if that's the case, how many times have I taken damage?
So
Twice.
So first do -6. That's what you just took. And what did you take before?
The previous one was also 6.
So then.
Oh, I have 1 hit point.
So the other thing you can do if you don't want to do math, you can just type a number and hit enter and it'll change that number. So you can just type 1 and press enter. Yeah, there you go.
Fuck me. Okay, well, shit. Do I have like potions or anything?
I don't know. You need to check your inventory, buddy. Let me know.
No, we used the potions on me.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was like. I think I already used it for something. Well, shit,
Yes.
baby. I guess I'm shooting my shot. We're going
Yes.
for it.
I was gonna say, just make an attack. I got you. This is my job.
This is what I get paid to do. All right, well, I'm going for that shit, baby. Nyx is bloodied. Thank you. I'm fucking really confident now. Well, shit. We're going for it.
All right. You loose another arrow into the night.
Oh, no.
Again, it sails just past the bat as it like drops 5 feet in a swoop to barely miss the arrow coming in for its attack at you. Anything else, Nyx? If not, click your token, end your turn.
Yeah, they fly. There's no point in moving. They're gonna fucking catch up.
Igram. Clinging to a bat's leg.
Yes. Igram gets picked up, rubs his glasses, realizes he's not being swaddled anymore, carried away. The bat goes to drop him, and he quickly grabs onto the claws and scampers up. So he's kind of on the leg, but clearly the bat is not happy he's there. Igram thinks for a little bit, about bats and things. They have wings. He's going to cast Gust above it to see if he can force it down.
Oh, I love it. You seize
So
the air and compel it to create one of the following effects at a point you can see within range. One medium or smaller creature that you choose must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed up to 5 feet away from you. You create a small
But
boss.
I'm grappled with it, so I would move with it, right?
Yeah, well, the second one might be more. Let's see. You create a small boss of air capable of moving one object that is neither held nor carried and weighs no more than 5 pounds. The object is pushed up 10 feet away from you. I see. So, yeah, I would say it doesn't have to be pushed away from you. It can be pushed in any direction you want if you're holding on. So you create a harmless sensory effect using air as the third one. So you're going for the first one then. You're going to push it 5 feet down.
So a strength save throw to try and get it to land, yeah.
All right, what's your spell save DC?
13.
Ooh, it rolls a 6. You like the gust. Like, what does the casting look like? You just say like a quick incantation word and like swoop your hand as the wind gust like blows out of the thin air, essentially.
So Igram is like arm wrapped around the leg, trying to be thrown off, has his pack on and is like freaking out and just just forces his hand down with his palm open like straight to the ground. And that's when you can hear the wind change direction and try and force it down.
All right, the bat squeaks, terrified as it's blown down another 5 feet, putting you now at 40 instead of 50.
Still kill me.
It could.
End turn?
It could be 4.
What?
It could be a 4 damage.
What even is fall damage? It's 1d.
1d6 per 10 feet, so it'd be 46. Like I said, it could be a 4. Anyway, if you're done, yeah, click your token and it's your turn. Slip, what are you gonna do on your turn?
So I'm going to use my new ability that I picked up last game, and I'm going to channel divinity.
Nice. Oh, speaking of which, we need to level all your characters up on D&D Beyond before next session because you're level 2 now, and it doesn't show that on Beyond, so everyone at home watching can't see your new abilities yet.
No.
Anyway, you use your channel divinity. Continue.
Yeah. There you go. So he gets 5 times my level, but I can only heal him up to half health. So you're back up to 6 health.
So mainly, just describe what it looks like as you.
Okay, yeah. So I pull out the acorn much like I would for the sacred flame. And I start saying like a prayer, kind of like I would for the sacred flame, and the same fire even envelops the acorn like it normally would for sacred flame, but instead of like shooting out in a guided beam, it kind of extends forward much more gently and like bathes him in this blue fire.
Excellent. So the blue fire can heal up to 10 HP, and you can divide it between anyone up to 30 feet away from you. I will say to do this, though, you will have to move 5 feet closer. So you have to walk forward, which will also give an attack of opportunity to the bat.
So this bat is currently engaged with me, even though he's flying around?
He is not. I removed his flight height as he swooped in at you. He did not swoop away this time. He's like hovering right next to you, like tangling with you at this point.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, so you step away 5 feet. He takes an attack of opportunity at you as you go. He rolls a 10, and it misses. And with that, the blue fire outlines Nyx. You're going to give him all 10 points of your channel divinity.
Yeah, but this ability can only heal up to half of his HP, so he's back up to 6.
Oh, okay. So Nyx is at, 13, so it can be 7.
Okay.
It can heal up to half of their HP total, I'm going to say. So it can heal up to 6 total. And no one else is hurt yet. You can give some to yourself.
Okay. So what, that I have 3 left over?
Yep.
So I'll give myself 3.
No, you have 4. You have 10 total. It's, right, 5 times your cleric level, and you're level 2 cleric, so you have 10 points.
Okay, yeah, so I'm back up to full health.
Yep.
Thank you. I am in your debt.
All right.
Everyone
So Slip's prayer to the elder tree, to Father Tree, or Father Forest, that's what it is, seems to have strengthened since last you battled, and with his acorn he heals you, Nyx. And anything else, Slip, or?
nope, that'll be all.
All right, click your token and end your turn.
Shit, dog. The music stopped.
Oh, you might just have to reload because it didn't stop for me.
Shit.
Roll20 music player sucks. Yeah, just reload your browser. Spitz.
All right. We've got some winged rats in this campsite. I'm having a bad day. Igram is about to fall to his death. I'm going to shuffle this way, and I am going to hold out my arms and scream for Igram to jump, and I'm gonna ready an action to catch him.
Awesome.
You mad lad.
Yo, absolutely.
I promise I won't drop you.
What's the trigger for your ready to action if Igram gets dropped or jumps?
Yeah, if Igram gets dropped or jumps.
Okay.
What's funny is that I was trying to think of a way I could use a combination of my tongue grapple and my super jump to like try to like jump up there and grab him.
Igram, are you small or medium?
Igram's small.
I'm small.
So you could in fact tongue grapple Igram.
Yeah.
He's
Beca-
at least 40 feet up, though.
because
That's
you're
quite a whiles across.
because you're a giant bullfrog in priest's garb.
Yeah.
I just want everyone
Yeah, so-
watching at home to keep that image in their mind.
If he was 10 feet lower, I could jump up and then use my tongue to then grapple the fucking bat.
All right, so Spitz ready's in action, and if you're done, Spitz, go ahead and end your turn. And
Yeah. My rage does end as I see Igram in grave danger. The foam stops pooling at my mouth, and I get ready to catch him because I am no longer engaged in combat with anybody.
all right, and with that, the bat that is grappled by Igram will attack you, Igram, but with disadvantage because you're grappling it now, technically. So we will take a lower number, a 13.
Can I turn that into a hit?
Isn't that already a hit, a 13?
Oh yeah, it is. Never mind. I was gonna say if my AC is very low. Never mind. Do you hit?
5 piercing.
Ow.
Igram is bloodied as it like scrapes down its own leg, like scrapes one leg with its other talon, and the claws like rake down its own leg and catch you on the hand and arm, Igram, slicing you open a bit. And the bat hovering in front of you spits, flaps back in, and bites again. Same thing with Nyx. Ooh, another crit on Spitz. This time, instead of Nyx, which is good, but 11 piercing damage to you, Spitz, as it bites into you. And the one floating in front of you, Nyx, swoops in and bites again.
God, please no. Fuck.
For 8. Oh no,
I'm fucking dead.
Nyx is knocked unconscious.
Press F to pay respects.
You're not dead, you're just knocked out. You have a healer who has
We
17
type a lowercase f.
hit points. Yeah, it's a little F.
A little left. Not a big.
It's the Facebook app.
Speaking of that, the one that had been fighting with you swoops back up in the air about 40 feet and over to the other bat and starts squawking and clawing at it. They're kind of fighting over Igram, who's like clinging on its leg. This bat starts trying to claw at you, Igram, trying to snatch you from the other bat. So this will be a grapple check against you. I'm going to give it disadvantage since the other bat is fighting back. So roll athletics. Oops, we'll just take the first one, 13.
And I just roll athletics?
Yep, opposed athletics check. Nice, you rolled a 14. And with that, you barely overcome its 13 and like duck, like kind of, curl around, climb around to the backside of the bat's leg and like curl up underneath of its body, like trying to hide yourself as this other bat just comes swooping and clawing in with its, with its talons trying to grab you out of the bat's, the current bat that you're holding onto's grip. And with that, I think all the bats have acted. Except the bat holding you, Igram, which is actually going to attack the other bat it's with. with you on its leg. Ooh, it's.
Didn't it attack me earlier?
Oh,
Yeah, I was
it
about
did.
to
Start,
say,
it did.
claws,
It did.
like-
You're right. It did start the turn that way. I couldn't remember. So they all have attacked. Yeah. Nick's your turn. Sorry.
I clicked something in there by accident. My bad.
That's all right.
I'm dead, so should I just, or unconscious, should I just hit intern?
So this is how this works. Is this your first time doing this? This is fun. So when you get knocked unconscious, you're either slipping closer to death or slipping closer to falling stable but unconscious, right? So the way we determine this is you get to make 3 death saving throws. A death saving throw is a special saving throw. You just roll a flat d20. You don't get to add anything to it. If you roll a 10 or higher, you get a success. If you roll a 9 or lower, you get a failure. And whichever one you get 3 of first kind of determines. So if you get 3 successes, you just fall unconscious but stable. If you get 3 failures, you die. You don't have to make all 3 right now. It's the next. You just have to make 1 per turn. So to do that, on your character sheet, click on death saving throws. Just click on the words.
Oh.
Nice. So you rolled a 15. So you succeeded your first one. You've slipped closer towards stabilizing, essentially, rather than slipping closer to death. So you have 1 of 3 successes. When you get 3 successes, you're stable. But also, if someone heals you before then, you just come back to consciousness, ready to fight. So you may be back up before then. But that's all you can do on your turn. You can just make 1 death saving throw, and that's it. So Igrim, what do you do?
If I would, does Gust break his grapple on me?
You're grappling him at this point, just by.
Okay, so I could just let go.
Yes.
Okay, so I am, and that would be a move action to just let go and fall. Then.
No, I don't think. I think it'd be a free action just to let go to end your grapple.
Okay. So I'm gonna cast False Life on me.
All right.
First, and it did not give me temporary hit points. So I'll roll that.
So false life, bolstering yourself with a necromantic facsimile of life. You gain 1d4 plus 4 temporary hit points for the duration. And plus 4, so you get 6 temporary HP.
And then I'm gonna let go.
Awesome. What's it look like as you cast the spell clinging to the bat's leg?
So I presume the bat is very hungry, and that's why they're attacking us. I mean, usually, why else would they? It probably has like a piece of dried blood or something of mine, maybe even on its claws. And I just reach my hand down and touch it, and it almost makes the same feeling that the bird cage and like ripples through my arm, but I actually look a little bit bolstered by it, which is kind of scary to Igrim, but a good thing to him as well. And it kind of startles him, and he lets go.
So do you use an arcane focus or do you use components?
I use an arcane focus, and that is my staff in my other on my other hand.
Awesome. So you're like holding your staff out as this like flows through your body, and like maybe even like gives a little like almost glow about you, similar to what the cage had for a second, as you just like drop free from the bat through the darkness and fall to the ground below. You fall 40 feet and take 46 damage.
Well, Spitz is ready to catch him.
So Spitz action triggers. Spitz, why don't you make an athletics check?
Athletics check or strength save?
I'm going to say athletics check.
All right.
And I'm going to say...
Fuck yeah, 20. Nat 20.
Baby myself.
I'm not even... I was going
catch him like a little baby.
I was going to set a DC, but you roll a 24, so you just snatch him right out of the air.
I didn't think this was going to work.
Taking no damage at all, neither does Igrim. And now you're holding Igrim in your hands as you like almost fall prone, like with like a big grunt. You just like catch him with all your weight. Igrim, you like are just like laying in a baby in his arms, like smiling up at him as you come to bear.
You might be a good guide.
Your backpack is very heavy.
Slip is your turn.
Slip is going to cast the old guiding bolt.
You're not gonna bring Nixie up?
I was like, I'll just fucking die, I guess.
No,
Never mind.
He passed one, and right now I think I'd be better served doing some DPS.
Okay. You're the healer here. I'll let you decide.
Thank you.
When the medic
Great.
picks up a shotgun, like, and just runs away.
You roll a 6 and your guiding bolt just like blasts off. Like you literally hold your hands together Kamehame style, and a white just like bolt blasts out of your little acorn, and just like up into the night and like completely misses the bat going wide.
Great.
Also, make sure it's not auto marking your spell slots right now for some reason. So make sure you mark off a spell slot for that, and and mark off one of your channel divinities also.
Yeah, I'm out of. I don't have like a spell slot.
So click over to your spells page, and then at level 1 spell, see it says slots total 3 and slots remaining 3.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Excellent. Anything else?
Nope. Ending my turn.
Spits.
All right, so it's Spitz's turn now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, so Spitz will put down Egrum gently on the ground, and he will turn to Nyx and see that he is also in danger, and he will sprint past the bat that is engaging him and towards the bat that is trying to maul Nyx to death. Is it still hovering near the ground, or is it still flying?
All of them are hovering. Just 2 are hovering. Yeah, the one near Nyx is hovering still near the ground.
Okay, so I guess I can stand here then and throw something at it. I'll throw a javelin. Would it be in range for that?
Yeah.
60 feet long range, 30 feet short. Do not rage.
An 11 misses.
I think I'm gonna run out of javelin soon.
I was like, damn, I'm surprised you haven't run out already. Like,
Oh, also, I should have mentioned this before. I think if you throw, or if you do a melee or a ranged weapon, when there's an enemy in melee, you're at disadvantage. It would have still been an 11, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So then I'm gonna take that attack of opportunity and run to Nick.
All right, so as you run away from the bat hovering near you, he lashes out at you, trying to bite on you with his massive vampire teeth. He rolls an 11 and misses as you scramble away past the campfire and to Nyx's downed form, laying in the dirt by this other bat hovering over him.
I'm sort of just like standing as tall as I can above him with my maul in my hands.
Good thing, too, because that bat was about to descend upon him for his blood, but now it's focused on you instead. Anything else?
That will be all.
All right, giant
The
bat's
turn
turn.
has ended.
And with that, the bat bites at you. Oh, this
Ouch.
one's the bloodied one, by the way. Or if he wasn't bloodied, he is now.
oh baby.
He lashes out. God, I'm really so good. For 4 piercing.
Oh, beans.
Charlie, can you roll for us, please?
Yeah. As the other one swoops in from behind, also biting at you with its nasty, long rat-like teeth. Bat-like teeth. 19 hits for 3 piercing.
Fuck.
Meanwhile, Igrim, you are now on the ground. The bats above you are now quibbling amongst themselves for a minute. And after they kind of figure it out, one of them flaps away, and the one above you like drops down, trying to attack you. Dropping back down to ground level. In a dive bomb-like fashion. He swoops in with another chomp. But you roll out of the way with a 6 attack. He misses. While the other one finally gives up on you and the other bat he seems to be fighting with and swoops back in down at Slip. Kind of reluctantly, since Slip is bigger and obviously looking to defend himself. But it does roll a 20 as it comes in and it bites you on the arm for 8 piercing, Slip. Which
Heard.
Yikes.
doesn't quite bloody you. Nyx's turn.
God, I'm getting my ass eaten here, guys. Like, what am
You and me
I?
both now.
These
None
bats.
of us have landed an attack in 4 turns.
Oh, fucking fail.
Your first fail. These bats must be millennials because you're getting your ass eaten. Am I right?
Hey. Grandpa, it's 2019. We all eat ass now.
Oh God.
You don't eat ass.
It's
a
true.
loser.
Yeah, it's true. It's so true. Okay, so you fail your first death save. That's your turn, Igrim.
Igram looks at the bat in front of him. How far are the ones away? They are 5, 10. Okay. He's going to cast sleep. So he kind of you hear him say under his breath, "This is what I wanted to be doing," and wields his staff around almost like he's trying to hypnotize the bat, and realizes that it probably should be sound and not movement because it is dark out.
Mm-hmm.
So he starts to hum you can feel the staff kind of hum as he starts to increase its speed every once in a while, hitting the ground to just make a nice, I guess, relaxing sound, and he casts sleep.
All right.
And only have 11 hit points.
It is not effective.
No.
God damn it.
And that is my turn. Oh, wrong thing.
Oh, sorry, I ended it for you. That's right. Slip, your turn.
Nope, you're fine.
Okay.
Man, things aren't looking great.
How far am I from Nyx?
You are 25 feet.
Please help me.
Okay. I'm going to use Healing Word.
Okay. So what does it look like as you cast the healing word?
I just so this is like a little bit more of like traditional magic. It's not so much as based in my religion. Like I learned it through religious study or whatever because it works for good. But it's more traditional magic, so it doesn't really require my acorn. But Slip does like put his little hands together as if, or his little froggy pads together, like as if you would imagine someone saying like a prayer, or like Mr. Burns doing the.
Right. Yes.
Yes, exactly. And he just speaks one word of power.
Awesome.
And it sort of emanates from his mouth in like a white text.
Awesome, and it kind of like blooms in a light off of Nyx. And also because you're a disciple of life, when you roll a healing spell like this one, I think you get to roll your disciple of life. So click the pink button there. It gives you a little extra healing bump to these spells. So starting at first level, healing spells are more effective. Whenever you use a spell of first level or higher to restore hit points to a creature, you regain additional points equal to 2 plus the spell's level.
So that's 3 extra points. So that's 7 points in total.
So Nyx, you come gasping air back to consciousness on the ground. Spits over you, fighting off massive bats flapping in the darkness. You just see the blinding light of healing all around you as you feel revitalized, rejuvenated even.
You know, Slip, I appreciate the effort, but the next time this bat comes down, it's gonna kill me. Again.
All right, Slippy, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Spits.
Oh, the next time this bat comes down, it's going to get its inside spattered across this gravel. And so Spitz he'll get mad again.
Oh yeah, he starts working himself up. The foam forms. And you rage?
He does rage.
Excellent.
And both of them are near the ground, right? Or is one of them still hovering?
No, they're both near the ground now.
All right. To the one that is bloodied, I will recklessly attack using my maul.
Excellent.
Get him.
Oh, and you're gonna go reckless?
Yes.
Spitz throws caution to the wind. heaving all his weight into the attack for a critical hit.
Squad.
You're hitting the bloodied one or the one that's not hurt?
The bloodied one.
All right.
I'm ready to turn him into spaghetti.
Roll that damage.
Please.
Roll that damage, Mom Spaghetti.
Oh, baby.
Weird, it's all highlighted blue for me. There we go. So you rolled, let's see, 13, 14, 15 damage. It had 13 hit points left. Describe what it looks like as you finish off the bat with your maul.
Okay, so the bat's like over us, hissing at us, baring its little bat teeth, and I sort of uppercut my maul into its jaw, and its head sort of just pops right off. And then I turn to the other bat, and I
Just pops right
scream
off.
in tree speak. I scream in tree speak. You would better start flapping your little rat wings. I don't know if it speaks tree speak. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't.
It probably does.
Spitz likes to yell in tree speak when he's raging.
A lot of flying creatures that aren't birds would know that. You would know bats speak tree speak. Bats are evil sons of bitches, and you probably know that too from your time in the coalition. So, Spitz. Anything else?
That is all.
Giant bat behind you squeals as it sees its mate get its kind of head crushed in from your maul and attacks with a fury, instantly pissed that you killed its friend with a 14.
Mm-hmm.
And it has
14 does not hit.
awesome. And Igrim, the one above you, attacks again,
No.
biting out at you for a 9, missing. Barely, as you like knock it away with your staff, bopping it on the nose as it comes in for a bite, like kind of half hopping, half flapping its wings across the ground.
See, Igrim is trying to figure out how these things act, so I think that's a hit.
Meanwhile, Slip, you and this other bat are just tangling, circling around each other. It'll fly up and swoop back in at you every once in a while. It comes in for a particularly vicious bite at a 15. It's a hit.
Nope.
You have a shield, right?
Yeah.
You knock it away with your shield. So make sure you're not rolling two-handed with your weapon, by the way, if you have your shield on.
I haven't been.
Okay. And without the bat's turn ends, Nyx, your turn.
Hell yeah, baby. I'm going straight for that bat right in front of us.
Oh, you plunge your short sword into it.
I just stab it right into him and twist it.
Roll that damage.
Do you get sneak attack yet? Have you unlocked that feature?
Well, I don't think I could roll a sneak attack in this situation, could I?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'm flanking it.
It's a little
It's late, so it doesn't matter. But
no, it's all right. You can do it now. So sneak attack is it's a misnomer. It's not what you think it is. It's if any of your teammates gives you an advantage in any way. So if you have a teammate within 5 feet of the target, you get sneak attack. And yeah, so Spitz is within 5 feet. So technically, he's fighting and distracting it. You find it. It should be more like, vulnerable attack, or like weak spot. Like you try and hit him in the weak spot or catch him unaware. So you get to roll an extra 1d6. So go ahead and roll an extra 1d6.
So I just do / roll d6.
Yep. Nice.
5, baby.
Fuck yeah, that's the beauty of the rogue right there. You gotta roll so many more dice. So you deal a big fat 9 damage as you plunge your short sword into the bat. It is immediately bloodied as like you twist your sword and yank it back out. You leave like a bloody hole in its like torso above its leg. It squeals out and like bites at you as it hisses. Anything else?
And now I've been getting my ass eaten this whole time, and now I can finally do some damage.
I finally eat some ass.
I can finally eat some ass. That's it. That's the turn.
All right. So Igrim.
These wings, they give it advantage. Igrim reaches out with his staff and tries to grab it and pull it, or grab it with his staff and pull down. He rolls chill touch.
All right.
Nope, and he misses.
Barely. The bat snaps at your hand with its large kind of fangs. I can't think of the word fangs. Snaps at you with its large batty fangs at your hand, and you have to pull your hand back just before your freezing blue hand can clasp onto the bat. Slip.
Sacred Flame, baby. DC 11.
An oldie but a goodie.
So, what weapon do you have?
A warhammer.
Okay. What does that do one-handed? I'm just curious. How
I
much?
believe it's D8.
Yeah,
I think it's
Yeah,
D8,
I think
D10.
it's
One
D8.
D8.
Ooh,
So what happens when it's an 11?
when it ties.
I win, right?
No, it wins.
Always in all situations.
Yeah, ties in combat.
So the monster always win, even if it's like a tie. In
No,
my
it doesn't
favor.
go to the monster. It goes to the person rolling the save. The person,
Yeah, I think it's defending wins if it's a tie.
whoever's rolling to beat the number, it's tie. You have to tie or roll the number or higher. That's how DCs work. That's just how difficulty classes work.
That makes sense.
So I was gonna say attacking with your weapon, you have a higher damage potential, and but it's different, you know. So these creatures have a pretty high dexterity because they're quick. So on a Sacred Flame, they have a high chance of dodging. Your weapon is probably a better choice when they're up close. For that reason, the reason I say this is because I have a problem with Sacred Flame. Like, I love the idea and the flavor of it, and especially that it's a cantrip, but like, it needs to be better. They need to. It has inherent issues. It's too all or nothing for how little it actually does. Like, it needs to be beefier. There's an alternate Sacred Flame rule somewhere. I'm gonna look it up and see what other people think. We might change your Sacred Flame and beef it up in future sessions because I'm dissatisfied with that performance. Anyway,
Okay.
anything else?
Nope. Ending my turn.
God, please destroy this fucking thing. Please.
All right.
All right. So this thing just got stabbed in its torso. So I'm going to rear up my maul and I'm going to say, well, I gave you a chance to fly away. And I'm going to just bring it down as hard as I can.
All right.
You should have run, boy.
And I am attacking recklessly.
Excellent.
Yikes.
Ooh,
Something tells
14.
me. Something tells me that's not good enough.
14 is a hit
Ooh.
as your maul smashes into the bloodied beast.
The beast
Ooh.
is now die.
No,
he die.
It does not. You bash into it, knocking it to the ground and sending it rolling like 5 feet to the right, almost into the fire. As it like comes back up screeching, it seems very badly injured.
All right, and I will move around it and get closer to Egret,
All right.
using all of my movement. That will end my turn.
So the bat that you knocked as you run past, like, makes a scrambling bite at you, not even like flying, just like wings on the ground, you know, body splayed out beneath it, snaps out at you as you run past.
It does have advantage.
It hits you for 5 piercing, but it reduces to 2 because you are barbarian.
I'm angry. I got time to be in pain.
Meanwhile, the other one that you scramble up to sees you coming and finally giving Igram a little relief, snaps out at you. Missing. Meanwhile, Slip, your buddy, comes back in for another swing, swooping back in at you. For 9, you knock it out of the way again with your shield, no problem.
Ooh, baby. Oh, baby.
Nyx, your turn.
I'm going for the kill shot now, baby. Like, this is it. The kill shot. Damn it.
Ouch.
That's what I get for talking shit.
Yeah, you gotta learn. That's the hardest D&D lesson to learn. You gotta wait till after you roll.
Well, I was right. I went for the kill shot, but I missed. I took my shot, and I missed. Well, I'm not moving. That seems pointless to me. So I'm gonna... Actually, no. Yeah, can I move? Let's do that. I'm gonna... Can I move next to Spitz? That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you can like pivot around or underneath enemies.
Yeah, because he's a flying, so that makes sense. Cool. So I just went around Spitz. That way, there's more people, less of a chance for them to try to kill Igram.
I mean, in this case, you probably would have had to go around this way, but you can still do that with your movement. So
Dope.
excellent. Anything else?
Nope. End of turn.
Iggy.
Okay, if I make a ranged attack on the one that's dying, does that provoke an opportunity attack?
It doesn't provoke an opportunity attack. You just have disadvantage for being within melee range.
Okay. So I will do that. Igram turns and sees Spitz and Nyx come running and says, thank you. We've been bored over here for a while. And he sees the bat on the ground and just slams his staff in the ground, doing Toll of the Dead.
Oh, so things with saving throws don't count though.
Oh,
You can do those. You can do those in melee range. It's only spell attacks. So in that case, you are not at disadvantage anyway. And what's your spell save DC? 13, you said.
13.
You're doing it at the bloodied one because he's hurt.
Yep.
And it is a wisdom save. So yeah, you strike the ground. The bells start ringing, and the bat is
Takes 11 necrotic.
literally just like like time lapse photography of an animal decomposing, like crumples in air and then like turns into just like black dusty decayed matter in the ground, like right in front of you.
So you guys see something that probably frightens you.
Yeah,
I peed a little.
What?
When it dies, like Igram actually looks like he heals himself.
If you have that ability, go ahead and drop it in chat.
I did.
Grim Harvest.
Damn.
Oh, Grim Harvest, you did, yeah. Excellent.
The
I
spell
love
slot
it.
first
I love it
level
when your
higher.
attacks. I love it when your attacks land, Igram, because it's always just brutal. Like when they actually land.
Necromancy is a dark thing. All right, Slippy Toad, what do you do?
So there's one left, yeah?
2.
2 left.
Yeah, they just took
and-
they just took down a second one with a Toll the Dead spell.
Have either of these taken damage?
The one in front of you has, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him with my GD hammer.
Nice. You bash down with your hammer on him. Oof, for a 7. Damn it. And miss.
Damn.
You can still use bonus actions, like Healing Word is a bonus action, for instance.
Okay. Yeah, but doesn't that take a spell slot as well?
It will, yes. Spitz is looking pretty bad, though. He's actually pretty bloodied.
Okay, healing word it is.
And Nyx is still almost bloodied.
Can I split the health between the two of them?
Nope, just one person for Healing Word.
Okay, well I'll give it to Spitz right now because Nyx has been getting a lot of the health.
All right. There we go. Now it's tracking your spell slots for some reason. So you get 3 more, so 7 total again.
Yep.
Got it.
So Spitz is no longer. Wait, are you still bloodied? Nope, not anymore.
Ooh, baby.
Just raging.
Yeah. Frothy.
Yeah. All right, excellent. Slip. Anything else?
Nope, that'll be all.
See, to me, that's the fun of being a cleric. Is even if the combat doesn't work out, you still have other things you can do. Spitz.
All right. Is this bat hovering or is it flying?
It's kind of half hovering, bouncing off the ground every once in a while, trying to, because it's hard to attack you guys when you're low to the ground.
Yeah. I'm going to throw my maul back and swing it sideways straight into the side of its face. Recklessly.
All
God,
right.
please tear its face off.
I am a tank and I'm soaking up deeps. Crack.
19
Ooh, baby.
hits. Your maul cracks into it. For 14 fucking damage.
That's max.
Wait,
is it?
Easily blooding the creature, just sending blood streaming from its eyes and its mouth. Instantly hurt.
All right. I will continue to serpentine around these bats. And to end my turn there.
Okay. Sorry, I need this real quick. So, yeah. The bat between Igram and Spitz like calls out to the other one in like a hissy kind of disturbing sounding tree speak, and is like, "Dead let us leave. They aren't worth it." And the other one like hisses something back, and they will both take the disengage action. And
Did you say his name was Dylan?
dead on.
That's much cooler than Dylan.
I think Dylan's pretty dope.
And with that, they disengage and fly 50 feet up into the nearby treetops. Still in view, though.
Who baby? Who baby?
Nix's turn.
No shit, not sword shots. I misclicked, I swear.
It's the same roll for your bow and your short sword, so
Yeah, okay, we'll say it's a bow. I'm sorry.
it's alright. We'll keep your 24. And do they do the same damage as well for a short bow and a
Yes.
short
Yeah,
sword?
they do. Yeah, it's the same damage on my sheet at least. Yeah.
So go ahead and roll it.
So just roll damage.
Yeah.
Sick. Hell yeah, baby.
You don't get the sneak, but you do get the 7.
Awesome. So 7 piercing damage towards the one that's bloodied, the one that called out to disengage.
Alright.
And I'm gonna sink that bad boy towards that one's throat.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta reload real quick. You're shooting with a short bow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's in range. What's the range? Wait, what's the range on a short bow? Like 150, right?
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
like
bunch.
almost 200. It's a shit ton.
I believe 80 is a small number.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would still roll with the short
Just the one.
distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is 50 feet up, so you'd have to move like 5 feet forward, but that's fine. All right, so let me see if you kill it. You deal 7 damage. Oh yeah, you drop it out of the sky.
Ooh, baby, straight through the throat.
It actually has one.
Crashes.
It actually has 1 hit point left, but it's so badly injured as it falls the last 50 feet. It like spirals downward, like its wing kind of catching the air at first, and after a moment, it just slams into the ground for 14 damage, leaving it like motionless in the dirt.
So like I hit it in the throat, but missed a vital spot, and then ended up breaking its neck the rest of the way as it crashes
Yeah.
against the ground.
As it just like crashed down.
And this brutal death.
Anything else for Nyx?
Nope, that's it for. Or actually, shit, I just moved to take that, so I can't move, right? But
you can now take the rest of your movement. So you've only moved 5 feet out of your 30.
Oh hell yeah! Well, I'm gonna move 25 feet north.
All right. Yeah. So you can in D&D you can split your movement up as much as you want, as long as you don't exceed your movement number. Well, you can't split it up as much as you want. You can split it up into 2 segments. That's it. You can't split it up into 3 different things.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go 25 feet north. So that's gonna put me right by the bat.
All right. Cool. So you run up below it.
Yep. And I'm an intern.
All right, Igram.
Okay, Igram hobbles over as well, seeing Nyx chase after the bat that's trying to fly away. And he casts Gust, or does the Gust again to try and bring it down. So he tries to grab the wind with his staff and throws it down to move it closer to the ground.
All right.
So a DC saves. Okay.
Ooh, it swoops out of the way as the gust as it pushes out of the
Damn.
air from above.
That's a good save.
Slippy.
My turn.
It says trying to escape. It's 50 feet up in the air.
Can
Disappearing.
I throw a spear at it?
Yes.
And that is what I shall do. $17.
Oh yeah, the spear lands home,
Oh,
striking
yes.
deep into the bat's torso. Roll the damage.
5.
Hobbling it slightly, but not bringing it down. It is now bloodied.
And
Spitz.
All right. So Spitz will look at the dead bats on the ground, look at the one flying away, and then he will look back to the campfire, and he will walk back to his bedroll, dragging his maul behind him, and he will lay down and he will go to sleep.
Okay.
It's too damn late for all of this.
And with that, the remaining bat will fly 50 feet away into the forest, 60 feet rather, and into the darkness and out of sight. The last thing you hear is the beating of its wings long after it's disappeared into the darkness.
And stay out.
And with that, you've fended off the bats from your camp. Bet you are badly hurt. You'll have to camp a little longer if you want to regain your long rest.
Who was on watch?
Spitz is asleep. He has no answers.
He looks at Nyx and says that. Igrim looks at Nyx and says that.
It was Slip that was on watch.
Slip, do you hear this?
Yeah, I'm sitting there with them, and I turn to them and I say, yes, I did call out as soon as the danger was apparent.
They picked up me up. Is Daisy okay?
Daisy comes out from beneath a nearby dead log that's fallen in the forest. She comes out from inside of it I'm okay, I'm just scared.
Well, injured as we are, it seems we made it through this encounter, friends.
And we took out 3 of the 4.
That fourth one might be back. Best to burn the fire high tonight.
Daisy's whiskers twitch and she's like, we'll be safe soon. The sun should be up soon. She whimpers and, still terrified.
And I'm just going to walk back towards the camp ahead of them as they're still talking and just say, I'm still tired.
So I think we all need to go to sleep.
All right, so you go back to bed. And the sun soon rises, but you have to sleep a little bit into the day to get your long rest in. You're not able to leave, until about mid-morning or almost till noon the next day. As the sun rises, you camp and rest and tend to your wounds. If you want to take a long rest, that is. I'm not going to force you into it. You could just decide to take a short rest instead.
Long
no.
rest, please.
Yeah, I have half my hit points. Can we please take a long rest?
A short rest will give you hit points back, but it won't give you spell slots and stuff like that back. For the cleric, anyway. I don't think barbarians get rages back on long rest until much higher level. Or on short rest, rather.
Yeah, I'm gonna long rest.
Alright, so yeah,
unless somebody else wakes me up and says we gotta fucking go.
You all camp till noon the next day. So your hit points will fully replenish. And all of your abilities will replenish as well. Excuse me. Excellent. And I think with there, we'll take a quick break. On the stream here, and we'll come back after about 5 or 10 minutes. We'll play maybe about 1 more hour of some role play and exploration, see what happens next with the story.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will be right back. See you then. Hello everyone, we are back for the second half of Thornwood D&D Session 4. Thank you for waiting. Quick announcement too, we were just talking on the break. Finn is going to be unavailable for 3 Thursdays in a row in August, right?
Yeah. So the 1st, the 8th, and the 15th.
So not to fear those of you that caught 2 sessions ago, when one of the members is gone, we sometimes play an episode where Slip, the toad priest, has a dream. And his dreams always take place in this weird, wild space sci-fi western, where him and the other animals are piloting a spaceship, a bit like Star Fox. So we'll have a little Slippy's Dream mini-campaign for a few weeks while we wait for Finn to return. But I think we have 1 more session this month, right? Or 2 more. So we'll...
2 more, yeah.
I think we'll actually maybe kind of resolve a little bit of the current campaign we're on. So I think we'll get to a nice stopping point by then. But we'll see. But anyway, let's pick it back up. So when we left off, you had defeated these giant bats that swooped into your encampment. And now you've slept till noon the following day. And the sun has risen. The sounds of the forest creaking and croaking, locusts buzzing all around you. You wake up fully healed, ready to travel on. No sign of any Redtail Coalition guards out here, just the giant bats that swooped in and tried to eat you in the night.
You know, maybe next time someone else should pick the campsite, give y'all a chance to show you know your stuff.
Yeah, I know you like sleeping on rocks, but I really prefer not to again.
Rocks are good for the bones.
Really stiff for the back. So, from here, guys, where are we planning on going? Because we talked about the cage.
There is a bird we must rescue at the cage, correct? But I
Daisy squeaks like, We must save the bird. I wouldn't be doing my duty as an archaeologist and a researcher if I let a poor creature die. It's such a strange artifact.
How close are we to the cage again?
I know how close we are to the cage.
Well, how close are we to the cage?
How close are we to the cage, DM?
Probably a couple days or a day and a half.
A day and a half.
You have beetle mounts, right?
yeah.
We do.
Just a day.
Just a day.
A day.
Things are starting to look less and less hopeful for this bird, but I think we should try anyway.
Daisy, does the name Erditch mean anything to you?
She just like squeaks and rubs her chin for a minute and then looks back at you and just shakes her head no. Big, mousy, big, cute black eyes. But she shakes her head no. She doesn't know who he is.
Okay. Alright, well, I guess it's up to you 3 on where we go from here.
I say we check the bird, but afterwards I would very much like to check on the progress of the caravan.
Yes, we should try and look for what is that mushroom called? The blue
toad.
The blue toad, that's the one. We gotta get it to them sick kids before they freaking lose it.
Yeah, but
What exactly do you mean by progress?
Well, I think the progress right now is it's stopped. We gotta find it and take it ourselves, it seems.
Okay, I was confused because obviously the caravan is not continuing on its expedition due to the fact that everyone but Daisy is most likely dead.
Well, my concern is, just to throw this out there, we can go to the cage and help the bird, but you also have to think that Erditch was who set up the roadblocks over by Riverford, and he's clearly, after everything that's happened, they've had to have found those guards by now that we shackled over to those trees on the way here, so they're clearly going to be looking for us soon. So I think it'd be important for us to investigate that.
I agree. I'm going to have some very strong, very vitriolic words to share with Mr. Erdith.
I would also like to investigate the scene of the supposed attack. Perhaps there are some clues to the whereabouts of my good friend Gilbert.
Which I think that would be more important than going to the cage, personally.
Well, the blue toad will not kill anyone today, whereas the bird may expire at any moment. Expire, excuse me.
It is pretty hot out. Could be perspiring right now.
Daisy like squeaks up and she like, kind of scared a little bit. And she says, I'll take you back to there if I must.
Excellent. Let us off then.
To the cage.
Correct.
To the cage.
Alright, so you decide to continue on to the magical trap cage that was found in the woods previously by Spitz and Igrim, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you head off on your beetle mounts, on your little, leather saddles slung over their backs. You pull on the reins and they go trotting away through the forest, these big, heavy, round, smooth black shell with almost kind of like an iridescent green kind of, look in certain sunlight that you see. You all go like trampling away on your pack of beetles through the forest, and after, riding for most of the day, you kind of get back into like the thick parts of the Southwood, even though you're kind of in the northern part of the Southwood. And you descend down like a small hill into a glade where like the trees kind of clear and there's a clearing. And in the clearing, like the shadowy forest, the light shines in, the sunlight like a beam from the sky, and like just illuminates this half-buried, half-moss-covered, gigantic metal structure, maybe, 4 or 5 stories high, not as tall as the trees, but still tall, like half embedded into like just like a little rocky kind of rock formation that forms up out of the center of the glade here, the clearing. And it's almost magical, like there's seems to be atmosphere, like sparkles of pollen kind of floating in the air as like the sun just kind of cuts through the shadowy forest into this place. It's really, you get a strange feeling as you come into it. And you can see the cage there in the kind of little peak of a 10-foot tall rock formation in the center.
Mm-hmm. Does it look as we left it, or has it changed significantly at all?
So from the edge of the clearing, you can see it looks the same. Like the trapdoor on top is still like slammed shut, and it is like glowing almost with like, you can't quite see the glow, but you can almost just feel it when you look at it, like it's kind of surrounding it. And inside you see this bird is collapsed. You can't tell if he's moving or not.
Last time go ahead.
We shall hurry to his aid.
If you remember the last time the cage was touched, it did wound me, and Slip had to you had to rush me to get healed by Slip. I think we should proceed with care and study as we go.
So Slip is just gonna get within range of the old toady boy, and I'm gonna use my channel divinity to preserve life bird.
All right. So at second level, you can use your channel divinity to heal the badly injured. As an action, you present your holy symbol and invoke healing energy that can restore a number of hit points equal to 5 times your cleric level. This is the one you used earlier, right?
Correct. So I can give him 10.
All right. So I'm gonna say he's probably like 100 feet from you. You have to go down pretty, far into the center of the clearing, like at the base of the kind of little rock formation. It's not super huge, just maybe 10 feet tall.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get as far, like as close as, like as far away from the cage as I can, like the maximum effective distance of this channel divinity.
All right.
So like I'd probably have to walk like 40 feet down the clearing.
Mm-hmm. And you like come out into like this beam of like light that kind of cuts through and stand at the bottom of this kind of craggy rock where the cage is like almost jammed into it, or like stuck down into it, and it sits above you, and you can just barely make out the form of the bird through the dark bars. And you cast the channel divinity, and as like the blue flame of your channel divinity kind of surrounds the bird, you can see it start twitching and like it's its chest starts rising and falling again, and it like kind of flips its head and then like hops up, and as soon as it does, it runs to the bars, like hops towards the bars closest to you, and like as soon as it hits it, like a giant like red bolt of electricity emerges from the bars and shocks it, sending it like flying back onto the floor of the cage, where it lays still like awake. It like lifts its head up and it squeaks out in kind of very broken common or tree speak, probably common. Like it's like, "You frog priest, help Domo."
Well, that's why that is why we are here, friend. I call out.
He keeps like squeaking in a raspy voice, like, "Tomo need help. Please, Tomo trapped. Tomo not drink. Tomo die. And he just like keeps repeating it over and over.
I think we should get Tomo some drink.
Daisy's...
I assume we have like water skins and stuff, right?
Yeah, probably. Daisy's like, "Oh no, it's a sparrow."
Not the brightest of the birds.
What's so wrong with sparrows, Daisy?
She wasn't...
Sparrows are used by the coalition, aren't they?
Sparrows are very good at trading. They usually discover things all over the place, and they are, as long as you have something shiny that they like, you'll trade for it.
Yeah, Daisy will kind of pipe up, and she's like, they're smarter than people give them credit for. They used to trade with the ancient history department at the academy. They're trinkets.
Tomo, is it? Do you know how exactly did you become trapped by this cage? Did you go through a door?
He like looks up at the ceiling and like bounces up and kind of pushes against it with his wings and his head, like flapping against the ceiling of the cage, and just like squeaks like, door, Tomo trap door. And you can kind of see the outline of like a metal flap on top that's fallen shut and it's now like flush with the top of the cage, but you see from beneath as you look up through the cage.
So, I would like to set up some things to study this. There is going to be a few things I need to do. However, if your priority is to save the bird, I believe we are in somewhat of a hurry.
Well, we're here and we can provide the bird with food and water, so we're not in a huge hurry, but we definitely want to get him out as soon as possible.
The door on the ceiling does cause a bit of a problem, however. If we are unable to actually touch the cage, opening it for a while could be an issue.
Is it safe to touch the door? Tomo, can you touch the door without getting electrocuted?
He seems to only be able to touch the top and bottom, but not any of the bars or on the sides.
Okay.
Well, first priority is first. Let us get him fed and watered.
And while you guys do that, I'm gonna stand over here and watch, because something tells me there's got to be a reason why this bird's in the cage. Like somebody set this up. So I'm gonna stand watch with my short bow.
All right. So yeah, you like climb up the kind of gray rocks sticking out of the grass, like a little grassy patch in the center of the glade, and up to the edge of the cage, and pass your water skin and some rations through the bars to Tomo. And he comes forward and pecks them out of your hand with his beak and like drops them on the floor and scoops each one up, one at a time, and takes them in. And after a while of eating, he like drops back down to his butt, his little bird leg sticking out in front of him, and he's like, "Tomo, thank you. Save Tomo. What name, friend? What name, friend?"
call me Slip.
He like perfectly imitates your voice, like, call me Slip. And just like blinks and cocks his head and looks at you weirdly. Almost alien. Like you can't read his, thoughts from looking at his face.
He's got like big, black, soulless, beady eyes.
Yeah, and he's like cocks his head to the side and hops a little bit as he says it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Daisy, we have brought the bird out of immediate peril.
She looks.
Do you have any ideas as to what this cage may be, considering you work for a historical society?
She's like, let me do some research. Did you notice any runes or carvings? And like her nose twitches back and forth.
None that I could see.
Maybe Egram would have seen some.
With that, Igram like smiles and goes, someone to help. What would you wish to look at while I set up my devices?
She's like, well, sometimes human devices have what we call a serial number. A strange number carved into the metal.
I will look for it. And Igram just starts to immediately walk off around the cage as close as he can, looking up and down each individual. I mean, he's taking his time looking up each individual rod of the cage.
As you like climb up and start inspecting, she in her little dress down below is like, if you find the serial number, I can compare it to my records. Please let me know if you find something. I'm going to study. And she like starts pulling books out of her backpack and like setting a blanket out on the grass, like at the bottom of the kind of little rocks that climb up to the cage. What's everyone else doing? And if you want to investigate, you can go ahead and roll an investigation there, Igram.
Good.
Are there any trees around this rock formation? Or is it just a rock formation and then clearing until tree line?
It's like a perfect circle clearing, So yeah, the tree line runs in a perfect circle around. It's just like a little glade, and just wide enough for this like little stone heap to kind of come up out of the grass of the forest floor, and
yes.
like on the rocks and kind of wedged in between a few of them is this like big, maybe 15 by 15 foot cage, maybe 8 feet tall.
All right, so.
And it's like made of like, this ancient black looking iron, porous looking metal.
Are there any branches that would hang over, or is it just like perfectly clear above it?
Yeah, it's perfectly clear above it. Like the sun, like I said, like shines in like a beam on it, but it's all shadowy, because it's such direct sunlight.
Mm.
How tall are our beetles?
Maybe 5 feet tall when you're sitting up on it. Your butt's at like 5 feet high. You have to like climb up on them like a horse.
Let's see. Well, according to what we've seen Tomo do, it looks like the top and bottom are safe. So maybe if we get on top, it'll be easier to get the gate open. I'll look at Slip.
Alright, I want to know what is, while everyone else is kind of investigating, what is Nyx doing? Nyx?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm just surveying around the surroundings around us to make sure nobody's coming up to try to creep up on us.
Cool, you can either make a perception or a survival to kind of keep a watch on the on the forest around you. Your choice, perception or survival.
Yeah, I'll do a perception.
Alright. So with a 13, you kind of think you maybe hear wrestling in the forest for a second. You like kind of whip around and glance at the clearing on the other side, or like the forest edge on the other side of the clearing. And then bursts forth from the brush like 2 or 3 dragonflies come almost as like they were scared away, like buzz across the clearing and disappear like above the treetops out of sight. Kind of like scaring you for a second. You like keep watching the forest there. It seems like there's no more movement after a few seconds. And you're satisfied that it's probably clear. It was just the dragonflies.
Gotcha. All right, then I'm gonna walk back over by the party and Daisy.
All right, and meanwhile, so Spitz, you're trying to climb up on top of this thing?
Oh, I'm not gonna try and climb on top of that thing. I will be electrocuted and surely fried to a crisp. What I was thinking was, Slip is very good at jumping, and maybe Slip can jump on top of the cage without having to touch the sides. But that is assuming the top of the cage will be safe to stand on.
Slip, how do you respond when he suggests this?
So Slip's like in a hurry now. Like he really wants to get to this crime scene and figure out this other mystery. So he's just like readily agreeable. He's ready for anything. So he just kind of like looks up at the cage and judges the height of it. How tall would you say it is?
I said it's like 8 feet tall, but like you're maybe like 5 or 10 feet down some rocks too, so 15 feet or so.
Okay, so he just looks and he says, "I will give it a go," and I'm gonna use my frog leap. And
Try
I'm gonna
not to jump straight into the middle, because if it is dangerous, then you'll be stranded.
Okay. So I'm gonna aim for like a little, like sort of the far right corner of the cage, closest to us.
All right. Go ahead and roll. Let's see, probably an athletics or an acrobatics, your choice. To see how well you land that jump. All right, so
Not very well.
you make the height just fine. You like boom, like shoot up off of your giant hind frog legs, and spring up 5 or so extra feet above the cage. You get a good look at the top of it as you kind of sail up and come down in an arc towards it. But you see your trajectory is bad, and you're going right towards this metal square in the center that is the trap door. And as your like feet come down, you try and scramble and spread out and put your weight around it, but you just can't stretch quite wide enough, and you just hit the trapdoor flat. And as soon as you do, it like tips inward, and you just roll into the cage, and it slams shut into the ceiling behind you.
It's fucking awesome.
And you like fall flat on your face, like laying on the hard, cold, porous metal floor. And as soon as you do, Tomo like bounces over to you and cocks his head again and says, "Call me Slip."
Shit!
I could use some help looking for the serial number. I can't get a good look inside. That was nice of you to go inside and look, Slip. I've looked on these bars. Just check with me, and we'll meet around the other side.
Well, I guess make the best out of a bad situation.
So as soon as you walk up to the bars where Igram is standing on the other side, you immediately see on the bar in front of you like 15 digits spelled out, like burned into the bar, engraved into it. Also, did you catch that the bird was making fun of your name being Slip? You Slip.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I got it. I chose to ignore it.
So yeah, you see this long string of digits there, right where Igram told you it would be.
I read them off.
Daisy like squeaks excitedly. She runs up with a notebook and a big feather quill and starts scratching it into the little handmade notebook with like string bound back. And she's like, "Oh, this is wonderful. I'll check it against the records. We might know how this device functions already. If not, I'll add it to the logbooks. A new discovery." You read?
So while she's all excited about that, I'm gonna walk into the middle of the cage and try to frog jump and grab onto the door, from the bars of the door from the inside, and try to use my weight to like pull it down.
Okay.
So I don't know what that roll would be.
So you could probably just do an athletics again.
Great. That's a crit fail.
Ouch.
Yeah, you jump up and like your fingers just slip off. It's like flush on the inside. The way it works is pretty ingenious. You can see why you and the sparrow can't get out.
All right.
So what do you do next, everyone?
Slip just sits down and crosses his leg and just meditates.
Well, I guess it's up to me to open the cage until we get some book knowledge up.
Hit it with the maul, baby.
I would refrain against that. I don't think that would do anything to the cage. I believe it's our best course of action is to hurry up and wait. We don't know exactly what power is behind this, and it would be bad to rush to conclusions. However, maybe we should hit it with them all, and let's see what happens.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Let's see what happens when I hit it with the big hammer. And I will hit it with my big hammer.
So you wind back to slam into just the bars.
I don't hit it super hard. I sort of just like tap it to see what'll happen.
All right, so you
The bars on the side.
you just like take your hammer in both hands and wind up a little bit to get ready to tap it. And as soon as you do, you hear like a whoosh, just like the breaking and rustling of foliage into the forest to your left. And just as you look, flying out of the brush, maybe 10 feet high out of nowhere, comes just like literally a flying brown and green figure. And it comes rolling into the kind of clearing at the base, maybe 30 feet away from you. You can see this creature is just caked in mud. It looks like a swamp monster, like moss and leaves trailing from it. But it has frog-like leg structures, and it like hops towards you in another wild hop, sailing through the air in a way where it didn't really set itself up for a landing. It's just like kind of wildly sailing and hits the ground and crashes into you, Spitz, before you can finish your hammer blow, and like knocks you aside off the rock, and like you and it both like kind of fall to the ground. And it starts scrambling, and as soon as it starts scrambling away from you on the rock, it's like ribbiting. Like, help, get me out of here, right? And it starts like trying to run past you, scrambling down the rock, trying to go to the other side of the clearing.
Get you out of where?
It doesn't answer, it's just gonna run away.
I think we should see what's up with that frog. And I will go after the frog.
Alright, Nix, you're like down at the bottom of the rock pile on the other side. It's like hopping, scrambling down the rocks towards you. Do you do anything to stop it? This like muddy, naked frog swamp creature.
Well, I'm gonna hop on after that thing.
I mean, it's coming towards you, so you can like step in its way and try and block it as it comes down the rock formation.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna attempt. Do I need to do anything?
Yeah, why don't you roll in athletics?
Damn, not acrobatics. Damn.
You can argue acrobatics. What is it? How do you use acrobatics instead of athletics, though? You like flip into its way.
I'm gonna like try to like flip onto it. Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, it rolled a 3. So you like swing around its head, like literally like Herna Kunrana this thing. Like you do some like Rey Mysterio Jr. wrestling moves where you like swing around its neck and like drop it down with your like. It's like neck and like a leg lock between your legs. Like you have it grappled when you hit the ground, essentially.
I gotta be extra in everything that I do.
And when you like slam down onto the ground with it and it's like leg locked around its neck, it just starts croaking like, please, I mean no harm. Please, help me. Please, they're coming. They're coming. The rats are coming.
Nah, you're gonna have to slow down there, buddy, because I need to know about these rats before I let you go. You give me what I want, and I'll give you what you want.
After a moment of struggling, he kind of like calms down and like is like, I submit. I'll talk, but we don't have much time.
Then you better make it fast, buddy.
He's like, they're chasing me, and he starts like wiping the mud off his face and his head and his neck. And Slip, from between the bars of the cage, you can see that this is Gilbert Longhop, just covered in mud and debris and muck.
And so I yell to the others, I'm like, release him, it is Gilbert, he is a good friend of mine.
He like looks up at the cage and he's like, Slippy Toad, is that you? What, you trapped in that? What is that contraption? He looks horrified, like noticing the cage really for the first time. He scrambles backwards towards the edge of the forest like 5 feet. And he's like, this is a bad place. We must get out of here. Slip, we will have to come back for you. The rats are coming. And he like gives a couple nervous croaks.
How many rats? How many rats are coming?
He's like, at least 4. At least. It's Squeal. Squall and his folk, they made their way into Thornwood. Ugh. He's like, and I thought the coalition was bad. Ugh.
You know, I'm hearing a lot of the coalition being bad. You know, I'm starting to believe it.
I'm starting to get a bad feeling about that coalition.
He's like, I barely escaped the coalition, but the rats found me. Ugh. He's like, but I did save this, and he pulls like a pouch. You like notice he's holding a pouch in his hand, like a small leather pouch.
Is that the blue toad?
His eyes like widen, and he looks at you, and he's like, "How do you know about Blue Toad?" Ugh.
We were sent to meet y'all, but we heard that your caravan had been intercepted. We were gonna go looking for you.
Is Daisy's head in a book right now, or is she up?
She's like dropped her book to the ground and climbed over the nearest rock, and is like watching in awe from behind the rock.
Okay, so Igram would run over and pick up the book and start looking where she was looking for the serial number that she has written down.
So go ahead and make another investigation check. And I will say, meanwhile, while they're all kind of dealing with this, who is kind of idle right now? Probably Nyx or Slip, probably, or maybe all of you notice that like more dragonflies like loose from the treetops deeper in the forest. Like you hear them, like deep in the forest. You hear the rustling of leaves as if something's coming towards you. It'll be here in 15-20 seconds.
Listen, Frog, we're not leaving Slip behind, all right? He's either coming with us or we're staying here, and he can't come with us, so we're gonna have to stay and hold these things off. Because we're not leaving him behind, especially with them coming.
The rustling stops in a distance, and then you hear some distant shouts for a few seconds kind of going on. They seem to be discussing and communicating with other rats out in the forest, or whatever they are.
What language is it?
They're speaking, and the rats have their own language, rat speak.
So we can't understand them.
But you probably recognize it.
I just imagine it's like jumbled up, like jargon, like
It's Russian.
maybe even like
It's just
it's
Russian.
Russian.
It's just Russian.
It's squeak speak, but backwards.
Yeah.
That's fucking Colt.
So what do you do?
I vote we stay and fight them off until we can figure out how to get Slip out the cage.
Well, maybe Slip is in a good position in the cage.
There are not many able fighters among your group as there once were. My friend Gilbert has heard you must flee immediately. Trust him. He is a good friend of mine. He took care of me when I was young.
Yeah, but you don't know if these rats know how to open this cage.
So I think at this point Igram would probably interrupt, because Igram, you look in the book, and the serial number she had just flipped the page to shows a diagram of this exact device, and it shows a secret latch at the top that you have to loose that will drop the trapdoor permanently inward. Up on
I
top.
could help on top of the cage.
Up on top of the cage, but it's not just a latch, it's like a rune. It's glyphed, so you'll have to do a little magical. You'll either have to dispel it or accept the explosion that comes with it.
Well, there is not one magical bone in my body, so I think that's going to be a Negrum problem.
Well, I want to.
So
I
that's
want to know.
That's what Igram says.
I wanna
Igram
know
says, Can
what-
I get some help onto the cage, please?
All right.
So I want to know, Igram, when you discover this in the book and kind of interrupt them, what do you first say to them?
That's exactly what I said.
Does anyone ask why?
Nope.
I'm assuming you have a plan. And I'm assuming
That's
your
it.
plan is better than any that we could come up with.
Could we please get a beetle over near the cage a little bit? I believe it would be better if you were to throw me up there. That would balance it out a little bit.
All right. I will bring a beetle up there. I will place Igram on its back, and I will slap the beetle on its carapace, and I will say, "Yeah," and have it buck Igram into the air.
All right, it bucks, and not only does it buck, but it's like carapace splits into wings, and it like flicks them forward, like almost launching him. Why don't you make an animal handling check? Does anyone want to help here?
Yeah, no. Sorry, who has a better animal handling check? Because I don't think mine's worth anything.
Well, helping just gives advantage.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'll do.
Normally you can't help unless you're proficient, but in this case it's kind of a wild shot, so I'll let everybody kind of get in on it. So you like maybe run and grab the beetle and run up with the reins in your hand just as he like slaps it on the butt. So go ahead and roll animal handling with advantage.
And I would like to invoke my rabbit trait by slapping it as hard as I can and yelling as loud as I can to really startle.
Excellent. And I would like to remind you all now, if you click the using traits link there, you can always use your trait to help yourself. A level 1 trait you can use once per long rest. And you can use it in a few ways. You can, I think mainly just give yourself advantage, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, I already have advantage. Never mind, I got a nat 20 anyway.
Yeah, you don't have to use your trait. But we can say in this case, you can still invoke it. I like it in this case. We'll see. So 19, yeah, you slap it, and it, like, boom, its wings flap open as you now hear the rustling resume in the forest heading towards you. Igram flies, landing on top of the cage just near the edge. You see the trapdoor out in front of you, and you can now see the runes like carved into the metal, the glyph of warding that sits there, Igram.
Igram kind of looks at you guys, looks at the glyph. Nyx, you believe we're in a hurry, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Slip, are you saying anything during this?
Nope, I'm just letting it ride.
Let it ride, baby.
Good luck, don't explode.
Igram first thanks for a little bit and casts false life on himself.
All right. And adding to the tension of all this, Tomo has now started mimicking Gilbert's voice and is just saying like, "They're coming, they're coming," and like flapping and jumping all about the cage.
And then, do I roll Arcana to do this, or what do I roll?
So you gain 6 extra hit points.
Yep.
Are you just trying to knowingly trigger a trap?
Yes.
Basically, you flip open this little secret compartment right in the center of the glyph where the switch is, like the release switch for the trapdoor. But as soon as your hand touches it and you flip the compartment open, just like, boom, like it like illuminates with a bright light, and then boom, like explodes into your face. Hold on, let me check glyph of warding.
This is like one of those like sports anime where like one move is like a 5-second move, but it plays out over 2 episodes.
Or like any anime ever.
Yeah, especially any anime ever, especially shonen anime.
So this is a lesser glyph of warding, and it does 2d8 fire damage. Ooh. Woof. 12 fire damage that explodes in your face. It takes away all 6 of your temp hit points and leaves you at what, Igram?
4 hit points. I would have been down if I didn't have those 10.
Yeah.
It just like burns away the false life wrapped around you and singes hair off your face and around your nose, catching on fire and burning you a little bit on your ears and like your face. You're immediately like just overheated and exhausted, trying not to throw up as you like trigger the trap door to the cage, and the door like squeaks as it just like flaps inward in the cage, like falling in through the ceiling. You see like a giant square hole open up above you now, Slip, and immediately Tomo just like free, and like swoops up out of the opening of the cage and into the forest and like disappears into the trees out of sight.
So it just dips immediately.
Yes.
Fucking ungrateful little shit. All right, so I'm gonna hop up out of that cage. Big jump out of that bad boy.
All right.
I guess that's acrobatics as well.
No, I consider the same movement. You can get up out of it. No problem.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go over to Gilbert. And I'm gonna cast Healing Word on him.
All right. As you walk up, or you want to cast Cure Wounds instead? It heals.
Yeah.
So you walk up and like put your hand on his shoulder and like speak the command word, and golden light just like pours over his body, and I think it does some. Yeah, there you go. And you're Disciple of Life too, so it does 3 more.
So 11. 12, excuse me.
Yeah, so he's like, you see his wounds like close up, and he's like, "Thank you, friend, but they're coming!" And like the rustling is getting close. They're about to break into the clearing. He's like, "We must hide!" And he like starts running for the rocks.
And I'm gonna follow him.
Do the rest of you
Ingram
follow?
runs and jumps
Yeah,
over
I
the
was like-
spits.
I was like, I guess we're all gonna follow him, but I'm gonna keep my short bow out, like at the ready.
Mhm.
So you run into the nearby forest edge and start hiding behind rocks and tree stumps and massive tree, trunks that stick up out of the ground and their roots. Everybody can make a group stealth check if they want. So this is 50% or higher need to succeed. And
I want to.
the passive perception for the massive rat that bursts into the clearing
Boy, I rolled a 27. Oh my god.
is 12.
So we got 2 of us that passed, so we're
Yeah,
good.
so you're good. So yeah, you all dive and hide in the forest as you see 3 like massive rats, one with an eye patch, one with a peg leg, all with just like nasty old rusty looking cutlasses with giant, chipped chunks out of the blade and like leather bandit clothing. You've never seen rats like this in person, and they're absolutely massive. They come like slinking into the clearing, looking around, and like on chains they have like these wicked looking little ants, like these peppy little red ants with giant pincers that are like sniffing and feeling around with their antennas and like jumping around like little, like almost like attack dogs.
This is something out of my nightmares, dude.
They're like bright red, like the size of maybe a coyote. And you're all like hide as they like come into the clearing, and they talk to each other for a minute. And you overhear one of like the one that seems to be the leader, the one with the eye patch. He's like, he sniffs the air, and he's like, "Something ain't right." He's like, "Seems like the cage caught something again, but the trapdoor's flipped." And he like flips his eye patch up and looks at the others like real weird. And he's like, "Get to searching. Squilla want to know what happened here."
Charlie, how many of them are there? Like, do I know? Can I see them?
Just 3 total. The other 2, like when he says this, like run into the forest to the left and right, not towards you. You're like directly across from them, and they start like going into the forest and searching nearby. Meanwhile, he starts like climbing the rocks and sniffing around, looking at the cage. And if you keep watching him for a minute, he like reaches into his pack and fishes out some sort of medallion, like a stone circle disc with a big swirl carved in it on a necklace. And he like puts it over his neck, and then he just grabs onto the bars of the cage and starts climbing up it, seemingly completely unharmed. Like the red lightning that usually comes from it doesn't go off at all.
God, I knew it was gonna be the rats.
I need that.
Well, we could always kill them and take it, Ikram.
And
Well, those rats look very, very strong.
Yeah, well,
he like climbs up and resets the latch while you guys are talking, and the trapdoor swings back up.
So we're at the edge of the clearing, right?
Yeah, you're like just into the woods.
Maybe we can try and climb some trees and ambush them from the tree top.
The other 2 seem to have kind of dispersed. Also, I think before they left the camp, he would have just been like, if you don't find him, or if you do find him, meet me back at Squill's camp. If you come back empty-handed, it'll be your hides. And he's like, "Now go!" And he spits on the ground, and they like run out of the clearing, looking in the nearby forest, but not in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
can we try to take down the one that's clearly the leader of this small group down? Like, if like
Well,
3 of
'cause
us.
Currently, he's like by himself, right? The other
Yeah.
2 ran off.
Yes, now
That's what I'm
he
saying.
is by himself. They're all like, they're like, "Yes, sir, yaza, sir," and they all like run out into the woods and disappear. Now he's just like standing by the cage alone, on top of the cage, in fact, right next to the trapdoor.
So can we attempt to like do like a, maybe a group incapacitate them, so we can question them?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. Yeah, we agree. Do we all agree?
Yep.
So you're gonna
All
try
right,
and
cool.
charge.
Go first.
You're gonna try and charge him.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you think
But
we should try
we're all
and
on,
sneak up?
we get an advantage though because we're stealth right now, right? We're hiding.
Yep. So you, on like a surprise round, you would all get to act before him. You could move up to your movement speed and take an action, and everyone would be able to do that before he acted.
Dope. Let's do that.
All right.
May the
Mission.
roll work in our favor. Oh shit! I gotta put my token on the field. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'm going to draw just a really quick little thing here.
Fuck. Damn, did you roll a 21?
Oh, shit.
Spits?
You guys shouldn't roll yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I haven't-
Yeah,
I haven't
I was wondering why mine was the only one in the turn order.
cleared out the old order yet.
Oh yeah, it says giant bats 20. Yeah, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm the one that shot the gun.
Can you move your tokens? We'll say you're all over here.
Damn, man, 2 combat and 1 session.
2 combats, 1 session.
Ooh, baby.
I like it raw. Oh, but
yeah.
what I was gonna say before is that the last half of the Frieza saga in Dragon Ball Z is all supposed to take place within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's 8 episodes. He shoots the ball down into the planet, and he's like, Namek will be destroyed in 5 minutes, and then 8 half-hour-long episodes later.
That's kind of how I like to run my D&D sessions, to be honest. So we like some of my other players in other campaigns will tell you I like to make it gritty as fuck, where time just feels like it's grinding. Like actually, so we've been on like a 5-month campaign for Hammervale, 3 different groups on campaign for 5 months, and it's in the span of 10 days. It's all taking place in the same 10 days, which is cool.
Shit. Listen, man, I watch Naruto, so I mean, I fuck with it.
Are you saying you're down to grind?
I'm down. I'm down for the time grinding. Like
We
I
love
want
the time
one fight. I want one fight to last 6 episodes. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, 1 second.
Damn, I feel like an asshole for rolling initiative.
No, it's okay. No worries.
Are you still drawing blind, or like, can you see what you're doing now?
Yeah, it's not really working, but it's okay. I'm actually making a token for the drawing's pretty much done.
Use tool, make square.
Oh, make square.
Holy shit! That's oh my god, that token was massive for a second.
So that's what Yaza, the rat captain, looks like. He's got like a giant crossbow.
He's got bullets on him.
He's got a giant crossbow strapped to his back, and then he's just got like a bunch of vials of different weird liquids strapped to a strange bandolier that he wears across his chest.
This man looks like a
Oh,
sadist.
God.
And he is up on top of the cage,
Boy.
and he is right next to the trapdoor. So, let's see. Yeah. All right, everybody can roll their initiative real quick.
God,
fuck.
all my rolls today are such shit.
Oh shit! I gotta.
Now,
Sweat.
did you
no
select
wonder
your
it's not
token
rolling.
first, Slippy?
Huh? Yeah, I did.
Where's your? I don't even see your roll. I see Nyx, Igram, Spitz, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
There it went. 4. Just took it a
Roll
minute.
gang.
All
Ooh,
right.
baby. Ooh, baby. Igram gets to go first. Oh wait, do I have full? I have full HP now again, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything's reset, restored. All your abilities.
have 13 hit points, right? Is that what we said? 13.
So Igram, he sees that medallion come out and see him touch the metal. And that's when Igram just starts to walk forward because that's pretty awesome. It needs to be studied. So Igram moves up here and casts grease on the top of the cage.
Oh, shit. So slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square centered on a point within range and turns it into difficult terrain for the duration. When the grease appears, each creature standing in the area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw. So he immediately makes a dex save.
Damn.
Oop, that did not work at all. Oh, it's because...
I was going to say that's slick because I was like slick thinking, but it's also grease, so it's literally slick,
Oh.
Oh, crap.
Shit. Son.
But he is still standing on a big greased patch.
Fuck me. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I can't touch the cage, right? It'll hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I'm going to go for a bow shot, and I can make it from here. And since I can't touch the cage, I'm just going to continuously try to do a bow shot, but I get advantage because of stealth.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go.
And you're surprising him too. So that
Yeah, and it's a surprise shot.
You know what? He should actually have disadvantage on his dex save.
Yeah, because he's surprised, right?
Yeah. Sorry, what did you roll on your shot?
18.
That's a hit.
Hell yeah. So I did 5 piercing with 3 sneak.
Still saves.
Okay. So you deal 8 damage to him as your arrow just sinks in between his shoulder blades.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. But we all get to go first before him on the first turn because we're surprising him, right?
Because it's round 0, it's a surprise round. Yeah, he can't take any actions on his turn.
Dope.
He can take reactions after his turn though.
Dope. Okay.
If that makes sense. So after his turn passes in here, he'll be able to take attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I should end my turn because I'll move a touch closer, and then I'll end my turn.
All right. He can't do anything. Spitz, your turn.
All right. So Spitz will get ready to run in with a tender initiative of 5. He will jump out of the tree. And he will throw... How tall are the rocks?
They're about, I would say, 12 feet at their very peak. Not super high.
Okay, so then I'm just going to throw
maybe 15
one of
feet.
my remaining javelins.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit him with a yeet. This rat came out with a crossbow and a bunch of vials on his chest. I'm gonna make him a sewer skewer. Sewer skewers for everyone.
That's what they called me in high school.
Sewer skewer. Oh wait, you get advantage though, so you get the bigger number, right? Ooh, baby.
Do I get advantage?
Yeah, because it's a surprise. Right?
Yeah,
I don't
with
know, I'm not-
advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not the DM. I don't know.
Yeah. No, they're right.
Tyler's muted.
They're right. You get advantage.
All right, I shall roll my d6. Wait, I think I accidentally left the rage on, so take off that rage. I'm not currently raging, so that is 5 piercing.
So you hit with a 19 for 7 damage.
Only 5. I wasn't raging.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you just said that.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
Excellent.
And then I will end there.
Slip.
I'm gonna hit it with the guiding bolt. That's a 12.
Whoo.
A 12.
Oh shit, his token disappeared for me, Charlie.
Yeah, it did.
in the turn order too. Oh, there he is. Oh, you named him. You're so sweet.
It's a misslip, barely.
Heard.
And that takes us back to the top of the turn order. Igram. It is now
Is
round 1.
Is he small or medium?
No.
Or is he large?
He is medium, yeah.
Okay, so then I'm gonna cast Gust to try and push him onto the door.
All right. Even though he's almost large, but yeah, okay. And
So strength saving throw.
Strength save. Ooh, that's gonna be harder for him.
Could you argue something about the floor being greasy?
Oh yeah, it's greasy. I'm gonna say yeah. He'll have disadvantage on that strength save for sure. Because of grease, yeah. And he slides onto the door and just like pop, like right into the cage and falls down below, like screaming and shouting, and rattling at first, but then in common, like, "You motherfuckers, let me out of this motherfucking cage! My boys are gonna come back and eat you alive!" Just like
Your boys are gonna come back and get a concussion.
We'll let you out, but I need that medallion first so I can get to the top of the cage to undo the ward. That would be most imperative.
He's like, "No chance in fucking hell!" And you hear like a click click of his crossbow, and he just like, choo, like looses a bolt through the bars at you.
Well, nice to see you later then.
I guess he chooses death.
So, I guess we'll see.
I mean, if it hits Egram might fall unconscious.
Egram, do you attack on your turn? No.
That was my attack, a cast of Gust.
Okay,
so I'm adding my turn.
So Nix, you would actually get to act first before he'd be able to shoot his crossbow. You see him starting to cock his crossbow.
Yeah, baby, I see it. Cock it, baby, cock.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm gonna hit him with that short bow with that 25, baby, that natural crit.
All right, so you shoot try and narrate your actions, you know, so we know what you're doing.
So no, I'm getting there, don't worry. So as I see him go to like grab his crossbow and sling it over his back, that's when I take and grab one arrow out of the quiver and go to loose one through the bars to hit him with it.
All right, it's a perfect hit. It, like literally like snaps the arrow that the bolt he's grabbing from his bolt case on his side, like out of his fingers and pierces like deep into his hip. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh, yeah.
As you critical hit. You don't get the sneak attack this time, unfortunately, but you do deal 13 damage.
26, right?
No, you don't get the sneak attack this time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a critical.
Yeah, so he just gets 7 plus 4. It rolls.
Yeah, because I got the
4d6.
46.
It rolled the critical dice automatically. That's why there's 2 numbers. So you don't get the sneak damage, just the 7 plus 4 piercing, 13.
Oh yeah. Okay, so then
not 13, 11. I mean, sorry. My math.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer, and then I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. So Yaza's turn. He does loose that crossbow bolt just as the arrow strikes him. Hold on, let me open his sheet.
Ambushing this rat was a good idea.
He rolls an 11 and misses Nyx. His bolt goes wide as he like falls back from the force of your arrow on his butt, and he screams again. He's like, "You fuckers!"
You can see me cast a smirk towards him, saying nothing.
So he just starts loading his crossbow again. Are you gonna stay and try and talk, or just let him keep shooting at you? Gonna kill him? What do you do? What happens next? Should I stay in turn order?
So out of character, rats are like evil, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So like, what would character, Igram probably looks at Spitz and Nyx and kind of like puts his shoulders up and says, "Deal with the problem now or later."
So before you go on, I will say rats are very much not supposed to be here. They were here a long time ago in the Rat Wars, but there's been a lot of peace since then. and they've been kind of banished since then. Seeing rats on this side of the wall, like from the Ratlands, is very scary and bad, especially since they're like talking about Squill and things like that. You've probably heard the name Squill, but only in like bad stories. And
I say deal with it now.
They said something about Squill's camp.
Yeah, I think this is a extermination job now.
All right, Yaza. So before we kill you, do you want to tell us where the camp is?
He just spits and fires his crossbow again.
That's what I thought it would be.
So I think we're gonna kill him.
All right. I'll let you hack away at him. Spitz, you go first.
We're gonna commit a murder.
All right, so I'm going to point my maul at him. It's probably still caked with blood from busting up those bats, and I'm going to say,
You should consider yourself lucky that you are in there and I am out here. But until your friends get back, I guess I'll have to practice my aim.
and I'll take out a javelin and just throw it full force into his torso through the bars.
All right.
This is my last javelin.
Nice,
Yay.
it hits. 4, 6 piercing. He is now bloodied.
Bullseye.
I guess Slip's still so far back. Just watching all this happen.
By the way, after you die, I'm going to want that javelin back, so please do not try and break it out.
And that will be Spitz's turn.
All right.
So we're killing him? That's what we've decided we're doing?
Hell yeah, baby.
I want to know, Slip, do you say anything when they decide that? See, you know rats definitely shouldn't be here and are an affront to your religion and the Thornwood in general, which your religion is somewhat, responsible for the well-being of. But also, killing is not really condoned by your religion in this sense.
We haven't killed anyone yet at all.
Except for bats. I don't think that counts, though.
I mean, that was in self-defense more so. I think that's okay. In the case of this man's being trapped in a cage.
Yeah, but he is shooting at us still.
Yeah,
he's shooting at us.
You can always choose to deal non-lethal damage and knock him unconscious, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the thing that I'm gonna argue, like with the party, is that he's got the medallion he can hand to whoever to come and open the cage when they come, because they're gonna come back, and they can let him out. Like, might as well just deal with it now.
Yeah, well, you could also knock him out and then take him out of the cage.
Yeah, but how do we get the medallion if it's like further in the cage with him?
We don't need the medallion to turn the cage off.
We just get her face blown off again, I guess.
Okay, so Slip is gonna throw a non-lethal spear. No,
hit him in the foot.
I'm gonna hit him with the old Sacred Flame. This is sort of a non-committal attack. I'm hoping he'll dodge it.
No, this is a good... You can do non-lethal with Sacred Flame. I was saying Sacred Flame's a good one for this. You're far away. Dex save.
DC 11.
He makes it, barely.
Yeah, it's like barely.
Barely hopping out of the way.
Like
Okay.
tippy toes.
Igram.
Sorry.
Okay. So, whoa.
Yeah, what happened? Okay.
Oh, there we go. Igram looks at him and says, just please hand over the medallion. We will let you go. It's not that big of a problem. Actually, we probably won't. But, just hand it over and you'll have a chance of living. And that's going to be his turn. Can he roll a persuasion to see? But I presume it's going to fail.
No, I like that. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Ooh.
He like sighs deeply for a minute, and he's like, he takes it off from his chest, like pulls the cord around from his massive, furry ears. Even for being a medium creature, he's like the largest he can be and still be a medium creature. He throws it out the cage door to you, and he's like, keep your fucking word. Let me out. I'll walk into the forest 500 paces. Won't say a word. He like snarls, his teeth, protruding from his mouth even when it's closed. Red, beady eyes fixed on you, Igram.
Okay. Igram comes up or walks forward to grab the medallion.
You like pick it up off the rock where it's like landed.
Yep. And then that would be my turn.
So we can in turn order at this point. What do you do now? He just like sits there and waits. He's like, come on, I'm waiting.
Igram will he has puts on the medallion and then gingerly reaches out his hand to touch the bars to see if it electrocutes him.
No effect.
Oh man.
The bars don't spark or anything.
How exactly he looks at Yaza and says, so how exactly does this work? Is this so the warding symbol on the top, I presume it's on the bars as well, to protect against people tampering with, but this how exactly does this work? I need to know.
He
and
groans.
He keeps reaching and touching the bars.
He's like, ugh, and he slaps his head with his hand. He's like, that's not part of the deal, you little shit. You're lucky I don't eat you. Let me out.
I said out. I didn't say when. Quiet. You said you'd be quiet for 500 paces. Does it work on every single bar as Igram starts to walk around and touch every single bar?
Yeah, there's no effect. He's like, yes. He's like, you haven't kept your part of the deal. I'll be quiet.
Are you gonna give my javelin back?
That's an important part of this deal.
He pulls it out of his body.
He's like, I'm not taking anything but what I got on me.
What about what's in ya? Because the javelin's in ya.
I mean, so I guess he is bloodied, so yeah. Hit point damage doesn't really represent necessarily lots of physical wounds. More so just wearing people down. Only the last 5 hit points are really kind of physical damage, generally.
I say we question him before we let him go.
I said I'd let him out. I didn't say when. As Igram starts to make his way around. The ward up top. Last time we triggered it. Does this medallion work exactly for that as well?
He's like, you'll be fine. I told you to let me out, mate. It'll be fine.
You pinky promise?
Yes, you obviously already know where the switch is.
I'd hate for my barbarian friend to have to tear your limbs off if you're wrong.
He looks at you very serious. He's like, look, this is hard for a rat to do. I'm submitting to you lot. Priests of the forest. Frogs, mice, red tails. He's like, if they found out back in the camp, they'd kill me straight away. I'm making a deal, being good, let me out.
And Igram casts sleep on him.
Alright.
LMAO.
Fucking juked him out, fellas.
And then I say,
Probably
up my
failed,
shorts, nerds.
It is ineffective. He has 26 hit points left.
Holy
It
shit.
didn't work.
Oh, now he knows, too.
You can try and cast a spell on him. He just glares at you and he's like, you piece of shit. Breaking your fucking deal. I knew it, goddamn mouse, wizard, bastard, sorcerer. And he's spitting on the ground. He's like,
I didn't catch my deal. I was making sure you would sleep. I would go unlock the gate, and then you would have time for a nice sleep here while we left.
he's like,
And then you
that
could keep
weren't
your
part
end of the bargain.
He's like, that weren't part of the deal. He's like, Godfather, damn you. Damn you thrice times, you little mouse shit. He spits. And he's like,
You can stay in there if you want.
he's just like fuming, pacing behind the bars.
How about you tell us what you're doing here in the first place?
Yeah, how did a rat get into our neck of the woods? I have a few reservations about letting you out and just having you here where we live.
I'm thinking the Elder Owl might know something about it too.
He just paces back and forth, eyes fixed on Igrim with just hatred. Doesn't answer any questions.
That's fine. We can just leave him.
Slip. What do you wish to do with him?
Well, we did make him a promise.
And
I
even
said
if
I would
he
let him
is-
out. I did not say when.
Even if he is a stealing, marauding rat, he's still a person. I don't think we should murder him in cold blood in a cage.
Yeah, but what happens when we let him out and he murders people in the Thornwoods on his way back, or gets back with his group and they murder more people?
We leave him in the cage.
Yes,
And-
but you have to live with you. He does not. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Igrim is starting
are-
to stay in or climb the cage.
All right, Igrim climbs up to the top.
And looks at the guys and goes, I'm opening this. If you wish to fight him, it would be fair, or we could stick to our words and let him go.
If he gives me back my javelin, I'll let him go.
And Igrim unlocks the cage.
All right, you hit the lever. The glyph does not seem to go off. The cage, the trapdoor collapses inward, and he like immediately jumps and grabs the edge and scrambles to the top, brushing himself off as he climbs out. And he's like, "Get your own." Keep doing your voice. He's like, "Get your own damn javelin out the cage, mate. Your problem, not mine." And he like hops down on the rocks and like just glares at you as he like pushes past you, shouldering into your shoulder, spits as he like climbs down the rocks, and like brushes himself off a little more, turns back, holds a finger up to his mouth like the shush symbol, and then turns back to the forest and just starts walking into the forest.
Did we
I
get
think-
his name? Did we get his name?
I think we
Yes.
heard his voice say it.
You heard the other rat
Yaza.
call him Yaza, yeah.
Yaza. Now, one thing we must certainly do is spread how we have humiliated this Yaza around.
We should also spread that there are rats in the forest.
I really was hoping to get a look at his bandolier. That looked fantastic. I really wanted to see what he had on it.
He had all kinds of delicious fruit juices on there.
It's a bunch of Sunny D.
I apologize if you did not notice. I attempted to try to make him sleep as I did the guards and failed. It would have turned out better for us.
Yes, I do not think that that was a bad play.
Yeah, there's nothing to apologize for there.
Where's Daisy?
Yeah, where is Daisy? Is she back in the bushes hiding still? With Gilbert, I
Probably.
assume? Charlie?
What's that? What was the question one more time?
Where are Daisy and Gilbert while all of this is going on?
So Daisy like kind of climbs out from behind another stone, with her books and all of her like backpack and everything is splayed out on the ground. And she kind of like squeaks and she's like, "Thank you for handling that. That was terrifying. But now we know the secrets of the cage." She like smiles, kind of happy, like picking her book up and hugging it to her chest. And you come over and show her the medallion, Igrim, she'll like, eyeball it and kind of be like, "Oh, I can't wait to make a sketch and log this in the book. We didn't know this about these cages before."
Do you consider this metal, stone? What is this made of?
It's definitely
As Igrim there.
it's definitely a stone disc, you can tell just by looking.
Okay.
So, you hear another rustling from the bushes in the forest to the east, and just when you think more rats are going to come bursting in, you all turn, weapons ready, terrified you'll have to fight another battle. Bursting forth above you from the tree line is your good friend, Tomo the sparrow. And as he comes flying back in, he has a key, a little silver key dangling from his little sparrow claws, and he drops it and it clatters onto the dirt at Slip's feet as he like swoops past. He like lands on a branch nearby you, Slip, like over here, and he starts like squawking out in his little raspy sparrow voice. He's like, "Chest, hidden chest, follow, treasure for you, treasure."
I just look over at Slip and I go, "Yeah, he wasn't such an ungrateful bastard after all, was he?"
That was out of character.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't use the voice. Okay, well, I mean, I guess the only other thing we got to do is to bring the blue toad back to the Abbey, which might be a little
also
hot.
told them about the rats.
Yeah. Well, we can't really talk to the Red Tail Coalition right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of heat, since you said hot, yeah, we got some heat on us with those guards gonna be looking for us.
Okay. So I turn to everyone and I say, perhaps a bit of treasure for our trouble.
I would love some more javelins.
So we follow the bird.
All right, he leads you not far away, like literally 20 feet into the forest. There's another little rock formation, like just in the tree line, and he like lands on the rock right next to it, and he's like, "Climb in the hole, climb in," and he like bounces up and down on the rock, and you like climb up on these like little like 5-foot tall rock outcropping coming up from the grass in the forest, and you can see that there's like a little like half a cave dug into the ground beneath it, and like you look inside, and it looks like some ancient like almost caveman like worship site with like cave paintings on the wall. This just like tiny little 10-foot by 10-foot cave chamber, and like sitting at the back is like an ancient like rotten metal kind of chest, and it has a large silver lock hanging off of it.
Can I do an arcane check on the lock?
Sure. Like looking for magical traps?
Yep.
Sure.
14.
If Igram assists, you'd get advantage too. I'm assuming he probably does.
Well,
Yeah, doesn't matter.
14 is my highest roll.
Yeah, I know, but still, just for flavor, he's there with you. I'm sure. He being involved in any magical things. So yeah, it looks safe from what you can tell.
And Spitz wants to, using his guide knowledge, see if he can identify what culture this worship site might belong to.
Sure, you could roll a nature, survival, or history, your choice. If you're using your guide skills, probably survival or nature. Yeah, you don't recognize it. Something ancient. You don't recognize this as being any of the Beast Kingdom's former kind of.
Is there any script on the walls?
No.
Like writing?
No writing, just like pictographic, very basic cave-like paintings. The chest doesn't seem to be from the same people who originally lived in this cave. It just seems to be cached here, hidden here. And inside you find a good amount of treasure to split up amongst each other. It's full of coins and gems and a few kind of beautiful treasures, as well as a few other things, including some weapons. Hold on, I'm rolling treasure for you.
Did we ever find out where Gilbert went? Was he still hiding?
He's with you now. He was with
Okay.
Daisy. He like climbed out behind the rock with Daisy.
Oh boy. Okay. So
All
let's
right.
see what we've got.
So let me divide this up for you.
Dope.
So 19 plus 22 is going to put it at 30, 41. There's 4 of you, right? Yeah. So you get... Go ahead and get ready to do some bookkeeping. Mark this in your character sheet. 10 copper pieces each.
Okay.
2 gold pieces. Actually, 3 gold pieces each, and one person will take 2. Who's taking 2?
I'll take 2.
Okay. Everybody else takes 3. And let's see, 1 platinum piece. We'll give that to you, Igram. since you volunteered. Gemstones. Everyone gets 1 gemstone. I'm just going to go down the line for today. Igram, you get the eye agate 8, or excuse me, Nyx, eye agate 8 GP. Slip, you get the hematite 10 gold pieces. Spitz, you get the eye agate 7 gold pieces. And Igram, you get the tiger's eye 5 gold pieces. Now, everyone can roll a d20 to see who gets the gold locket and the silver pendant.
You said roll d20.
Mm-hmm. Everybody just roll a flat d20 in chat for me.
What is the painted portrait of?
The painted portrait is like a small little hand-sized portrait of like a mouse maiden, like a white mouse maiden with flowers behind her ears and like frilly dress in the classical like oil paint kind of style portrait.
Okay.
All right, who got the highest? Did everybody roll?
Spitz is not interested in jewelry. at the
Okay.
moment.
So whoever got the highest
Igram.
roll, whoever got the highest roll gets the gold locket, which would be Igram. Whoever got the second highest gets the silver pendant HEP. That would be Nyx. Now there is an ingot of a very strange stone that almost like glows with like black energy. It's just like a lump of coal that almost like emanates a shadow out of it, an inch or two. And then 2 ingots of iron as well. Anyone want those things?
I can smelt, or I have smelting tools or whatever it is. So
Cool.
I would like, or yes, mist tools. So that's
Anybody want the void stone? If not,
I'll take it.
well, he is a mage. It's like a
so. I mean,
and he has
if
some-
anybody can have it, but Igram will want to work with it over a course of time.
That's all right. If you both want it, you can roll for it. That's fine.
No, that's fine. He can have it.
And then you can have the iron ore if you want there.
No, he can take that as well. He's got the smithing tools.
Okay. So the last 2 things is the sling +1 and the short sword +1. If you want the sling +1, you can roll for it.
That's me. I want that.
I want that short sword +1 though.
So sling
want the
plus
sling.
a sling +1 only does 1d4 +1 damage. Keep in mind,
That's okay. It's ranged.
and it is magical too, so it would hurt like ghosts, trolls, things like that. If you want the sling +1, roll for it right now.
I got a 17.
Okay.
Beat me.
Igram, do you want it? That's a great wizard weapon.
I already have a +1 sling.
You do?
Yep, got it in the first day.
Did I drop a +1 sling already?
Yep.
Oh, I love +1 slings. It's such a great item. All right. So that one goes to Spitz. Spitz, you're removed from the short sword competition, though. If you take that, I will say.
Yeah.
Are you
Spitz
okay
doesn't
with
need
that?
No short sword.
All right. Who wants? If you want the short sword +1, you can roll for it. If not, does more than one person want it? Just Nyx?
Yeah, I think I'm the only one that even uses short swords.
So Nyx, inside you find this beautiful, perfectly straight sword with like a chrome edge, not a single nick taken out of it. A beautiful like silver and like leather wrapped handle in perfect condition. The edge is like perfectly sharp, and like when you hold it in your hand, you can almost feel it like hum. It's like when you swing it through the air, it almost like hums with magical energy.
Oh baby. Oh boy.
So you can search in the compendium. So the compendium in the top right, you have some tabs.
Uh-huh.
One of them is like an information tab. It says compendium. If you click in there, you can type in short sword. And short sword +1 should be one of the search items. And you can actually just click and drag that to your open character sheet, and it will program it in.
Dope. That's so sick. Okay. It for some reason closed Roll20, so I just go to character sheet and just drag that bad boy in.
Mm-hmm. And it should set up the attack on your character sheet and add it to your inventory with the weight and everything.
Dope. Yeah, it's there.
Sweet. Excellent. So that was where we will end our session for the night in the clearing here. It is what time of day? Like midday? No, you traveled all day to get here, right?
Yep.
So it's evening.
Can I name the short sword Sting?
Well, there will be named items that you can receive later.
Damn it.
There's probably others that are of the same make as this one.
Okay, cool.
So the council really quick before we go. Sorry, I know we went late tonight, y'all.
Nah, it's good.
Gnosis.
I just have to use the bathroom.
It's alright. You can do that real quick if you need.
Yeah,
Okay.
please, just 1 second. Me too.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Well, I'll read through the things for everyone at home. So the way we level up, we do it a little differently. We use the burning wheel, mouse guard style of rules. There are 3 ways to earn a merit point during the session. So merit is for your faction rank. Merit points determine your rank in the Leaf Guard and any other factions which you remember, which we'll get into more later. So acting on a belief, the beliefs that you've written, if your character's actions in the game reflect their beliefs, you earn a merit point. You can only get this once per session. Working towards your goal. If you work toward but you didn't complete your goal, you can earn a merit point. You get this award once per session. Level up. If you, in the council, you spend enough Gnosis tokens to level up, you automatically gain merit points equal to your new level. So if you didn't do that when you guys leveled up before, by the way, you should do it. When you hit level 2, you gain 2 merit points.
All right, I'm back.
All right. When you leveled up, did you give yourself merit points? Because when you level, you get your new level in merit points. So when you hit level 2, you would have got 2 new merit you can add in.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I have 3, so.
Wait, no, and then you get 2 more. I don't think you did get any from leveling yet. I think you got those from playing so far. So you get 2 more from hitting level 2 last session or whenever, and so does anyone else who hit level 2. Gets 2 more merit points.
So we get 2 more merit points.
Yeah, every time you level up, you get your new level number in merit points. When you hit level 3, you'll get 3 merit.
Oh, dope. Okay, cool.
All right. So, did anyone act on their belief? Did your character's action in the game reflect your belief? You earn 1 merit point. If it did, let me put us back on our beliefs page. Anybody act on their belief?
I definitely did not.
I think Egram acted on his belief.
What's your
I don't know if that's true. Magic isn't evil. I will prove its worth. I proved its worth, but I did not prove that it's not evil.
I mean,
suppose this is true.
you believe you use it openly because you believe it's not evil.
Yes.
Though, right? I mean,
Yes.
I would say you did a lot this
Okay.
session. And I feel like Daisy kind of helps reinforce that because she's interested in these things too. So you can give yourself 1 merit point. Did anyone work towards their goal but not even if you did complete it, if you worked towards your goal, you get 1 merit point.
I'm gonna take that.
What was your goal?
I will find out the true fate of Gilbert Longhop.
That's right. Okay, you get 1. Anyone else?
You completed that, though, didn't you?
Yeah, but you get it. If you complete it, you can still get it. You still work towards it too.
Okay.
I'll be nice and let you double up.
I investigated the power that surges through the cage. Yeah.
Sure.
Hmm.
Oh shit, we just got that in-game hack. We just got that D&D power level.
I wanted to uncover the truth about what happened at the blockade, and now I see Gilbert alive and retelling the story of what happened according to Daisy. So, like, that's progress, I guess.
Yeah, you work towards it for sure.
I mean, I mentioned Erditch and that I wanted us to move towards him because I thought the guards were coming for us.
Yeah, I think you did try and motivate the party towards that at one point, so we'll give you a point there too.
Yeah.
All right, so Gnosis tokens. Gnosis, again, is Greek for growth. This is leveling up. Gnosis token is worth experience points when you gain 1. I think it's 50 times your current level XP. So if you're level 2, each one is worth 100 XP. So there are 4 ways to earn 1 during a session. You may only earn each way 1 time per session. So accomplishing a goal. If you accomplish your goal this session, you earn a Gnosis token. Did anyone accomplish a goal?
That's me.
All
I
right.
believe I did as well.
I don't know if Spit's accomplished.
So Slip found the true fate of Gilbert Longhop. Yep, you give yourself a Gnosis token.
And I investigated the power that surges through the cage.
Yep, so you get 1 as well, Igram. Yeah, I don't think you accomplished it, Spitz, finding out what happened at the blockade, but you definitely worked towards it. It's a good goal. You could like modify that next time to kind of keep it. All right, the next one is playing against a belief. It's difficult. It's hard to quantify, but if you play against your belief in a cool, dramatic fashion, you make a decision in the game that counter to what you believe, and you let everyone know about it through your performance. You earn a Gnosis point. Does anyone think they pulled that off this session? Spitz, you were probably edging up to it.
Yeah.
But there was no real stand. I mean, you did say, I guess, you said to Daisy at one point, like, I'm starting to believe, like, the story here. I guess I'm going to give you one for it. Do you think you...
Alrighty.
I mean, you kind of...
Yeah.
Played on
He's
that.
working towards it. Working towards probably changing that ideal or belief.
All right, so everybody type their MVP vote in to chat now. Most valuable player goes to the player who made the most crucial contributions so that the patrol could complete its mission. The group as a whole decides who gets the Gnosis point. Only one player. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Igram because I watched that man get disintegrated.
What's everyone else's reason? Spitz, what's your reason for giving Igram MVP? Spitz?
Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot my name. There's too many S's in here. We've got Slip and Spitz.
Why did you vote for
and
Spitz?
Mix.
Why did you vote for Igram?
Okay, I voted for Igram because Igram did a lot of magicking. It was really good.
Cool.
Like opening the cage, taking that L,
Yeah.
making that deal with Yaza.
All right, Slip, any good moments to recall of Igram while you voted for Igram?
Yeah, I mainly made the vote for the clutch ass combat rolls. Like,
Excellent.
and also I think the combo play with Spitz was really awesome, where he caught him.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, oh, that was such a power move, dude, and like giving yourself extra hit points to jump out just in case he didn't catch you.
Yeah, that
Like,
was pretty cool.
Like, I wish there was like a trust bar. You just got an extra carrot.
I trust bar.
You got an extra carrot. I like that. All right, so you get a token there, Igram. Gnosis token. Embodiment. This reward is for the player who best embodied his or her character's condition and traits during the game. Were they convincingly hungry, angry, tired? So it can be more than one person, but it can't be everyone. Who do you think embodied their character's traits well, their goals well, their beliefs well, their conditions well?
Well, let me just say, as an introvert, I really didn't say much this session.
You make a good point.
That is true. I felt like you dealt with some like priestly ideas, like should we kill this rat or not?
Yeah,
Well.
that was who I was gonna vote
Yeah.
for. Was Slip just specifically for that? Yeah.
So, like, out of character, I think Nyx was like when the battle he was complaining, but when it happened, he got up and down, and just kept fighting. So that would go to him being bold.
Yeah, I think he was pretty bold too. Yeah, I'll give one to Nyx and one to Slip.
Cool baby.
Did everybody get one? At least one?
I think Igram did a really good job embodying Igram.
Yeah, I was gonna say Igram. I think actually was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah,
this
you
session.
played your
Lots of-
character to a T,
The
like
inc-
every time.
The inquisitive and the goal and the belief all came into play really well. So I'll give Igram one as well.
It's
And
always so
applicable
good.
flavor text on those spell casts.
Yeah.
I always get really excited whenever your turn comes around because you always like do shit that I'm not expecting you to do. You like think about the problem in a different way than I do.
Yeah, like for
Nice.
sure.
That's
Well,
great.
thank you.
So actually, your tokens are 100 times your level. So if you're a level 2, they're worth 200 XP each. You can spend them now if you want to, or
So
you can save them.
how much XP is it to get to level 3?
So level 3 is
You need-
900.
So you need 3 of them because that would be 600 more XP, right?
Yeah, depending on
'cause-
what you're at already.
Yeah, so I have 3 Gnosis tokens in total, and I'm level 2,
How much XP do you have?
300.
Yeah, so if you spend 3
Yeah.
more, that's 600 right now, and you'll level up.
Jesus, I thought I wasn't gonna get a level this.
Oh hell yeah!
And if you level up, give yourself 3 more merit points. And you can also go through the Charactermancer now if you want, or you can come back and Charactermancer later because it's late. Because level 3 you do get quite a bit of things. Remember when you take when you get your hit point increase with the Charactermancer? So to increase your level with the Charactermancer, I think just set your XP to 900 and a little Charactermancer symbol will pop up. If you are going to spend those tokens. And yeah, you can take the average HP or you can roll for your new HP. It's your choice. The average is safer, but the roll has a higher potential or a lower potential. This was a fun session. I hope you guys liked it. Did everybody level up?
I leveled up, yeah.
Nick, how many tokens did you have to spend?
I had 2, but I spent them just to take my experience up to 700.
All right, so you're very close.
Yeah.
Excellent. And real quick, everybody, tell me what you're choosing. I think you get to
You
choose.
can add 4 new spells. Holy shit.
Yeah, you get level 2.
Jesus.
I think you opened up level 2 spells just now, Slip.
Did, and I get to pick
Yeah,
4
I did.
of them.
I did as well.
Nice.
I think a lot of interesting shit opens up for rogues at level 3 too.
Yeah, I think
Yo,
that's when you get your archetype, I believe, right?
Yeah.
I finally got the one spell I've wanted this whole goddamn time. It would have come in handy like 6 times already.
What is it?
Zone of Truth.
Ah, yeah, great RP spell. One of the best RP spells of all time. Especially as like a cleric with some clout, especially once the Leaf Guard stuff starts coming into play soon.
Thought you were gonna say Leaf Village, and I was like, what are we talking about right now, dude?
A lot of new players have kind of come into the picture in this last.
Now we got these rats to deal with. The rats, the coalition. What
Yeah.
next?
The long
Just
hop.
kill them. Just kill them all.
Gilbert
So,
Long Hop.
at what point do I get to increase my individual stats?
Level 4.
Yeah, certain levels.
Okay.
But so you get your choice. You can either increase, you get like +2 essentially to any stat, or +1. You can like divide it up as a +1 to 2 different stats if you want.
Okay.
Or you can forego that and take a feat. And a feat is like a special ability or power. And that happens at like regularly at certain levels. If you look at your cleric chart, if you look up cleric and you look up like the table that's included there, it shows everything you get as you level up.
Okay.
And it shows like what spell levels you start to unlock shit, what abilities you unlock, when you get ability score increases. So yeah, level 4 is ability score increase. The next one is level 8. The next one is level 12, then 16, then 19. So at level 4, you won't unlock any new spells, you'll just get more spell slots. But you will get an ability score improvement. What's the barbarian getting from leveling up?
I am a Path of the Totem Warrior barbarian. I decided against Berserker because I felt like Berserker would be A, too easy, and B, I don't think Berserkers are.
Sweet. So now you can drop like totems with like AoE effects for the group, right? Kind of like a paladin aura or something.
No, there's a druid. There's a druid circle that does that, and it's really fun. But I just get animal abilities.
Oh, that's
I
right.
chose Eagle Totem.
And you get
So
to
I get-
you get to switch the totem at certain levels if you want, right?
You get to pick many totems.
Yeah.
But what my current Eagle Totem does is attacks of opportunity have disadvantage against me, and I can dash as a bonus action on my turn.
Nice. That's great.
I figure that's going to be really fucking crazy with squirrel agility.
Yeah, for the thief, what do you think you're gonna go next level for your thief there, Finn?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
Your archetypes for rogue are, just to give you your options to think about. Let's see. You can choose between Thief, Assassin, Arcane Trickster. Arcane Tricksters are cool. You get like illusion spells and stuff like that to help you sneak. The Inquisitive Rogue, the Mastermind Rogue. The Mastermind Rogue is interesting. You like, I think Sar is playing one in a different game right now. You get like some battle commands. You get some crowd control and some support options with your rogue for battle. The Scout.
That's pretty cool.
The Scout is good
I
with
think
like
it's really cool.
bows. You're a little more rangery as well. And then there's also the Swashbuckler, who's like a better sword fighter and stuff like that. So Thief, Assassin, Arcane Trickster, Inquisitive Rogue. Inquisitive Rogue is like an inspector or detective. Actually, Inquisitive might be really good for a bounty hunter. And then Mastermind, Scout, Swashbuckler. You have to do a little research between now and next session.
Yeah, I will definitely.
Sweet. Well, everybody's all leveled up and good to go. Igram, you took your necromancy specialization at level 2, right?
Yeah, I thought it was level 2. It was level 3, but it didn't matter because I would have been fine anyway.
Nice.
Necromancy specialty is at level 2. I think wizards get it at level 2.
Yeah.
Because it just came into level 3. It let me choose it, so we're good.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Just choosing spells.
Awesome. Well, great session, everyone. Everybody who tuned in at home, thanks so much. If you listen to this on podcast, you watch it on Twitch, you saw us on YouTube, we really appreciate you tuning in. We're a small-time operation. We're really doing this just for fun, but we like to share it with you, too. Really quick shout-out to Nix, who's played by Pleasant Fin Gaming. You can check out Pleasant Fin Gaming on... Is it Pleasant Fin _ on Twitch?
Yeah, twitch.tv/pleasantfin_.
Yeah, and they be streaming games all the time. And then Slip, you can catch Collin at his Bikestagram, which is Collin apart. No, it's something.
Nope. Melon _ Collin.
That's right. And also, him and I are in this band, rosemarykennedy.bandcamp.com. We make music. And
Well, you could look us up on Spotify too. Rosemary Kennedy, like the dead president's sister.
that's right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks to all of you wonderful players for being here. Igram, Spitz, Slip, and Nix. You were great. We will be back next Thursday. See you and then. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night. Goodbye.
Bye.